so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely
Ew.
do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode number 49. My name is Casey, also known as Razanon. I am joined, as always, by my good friend Tanner. Tanner, say hello to everyone.
What's going on, everybody?
And today, back again with the white vans and the red lights and the ticket from the state. Fuck the police. No justice, no peace. Is young Douglas, a.k.a. at Modern Warzone. Doug, how the hell are you, brother? You're muted. That's how you are. So let's try that again.
I'm doing great. Tonight's been a hell of a night, brother.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's good. Yeah, tonight has indeed been a hell of a night. A lot to talk about, it turns out. A lot to talk about. So we had our original plan, which I think we're still going to stick to, but we're going to start with the more pressing concerns, and then we will see what time permits. I think time will permit what we're trying to go over, though. So before we get started, a couple quick announcements. The Damascus Hangout was fucking fantastic. We had like 12 people in the Discord. That was a lot of fun. We have a couple ideas for how we're going to do it next month, but we had a very good time, by the way. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Every month, the Damascus boys kick it low-key like blokes, hang out. We had a real good time. Hung out for like 3 hours or so. We're going to do like an icebreaker next time, but other than that, I'm not really sure how we would change it. But yeah, it was a great time, so thank you all for coming out for that. By the way, we also made a watch party channel in the Discord. Join the fucking Discord. So now you guys have like a voice channel where if you guys are all watching live, you can hang out in there and make fun of me in voice while you're watching. Because I know that's the only purpose, really, of that channel. Now, I'm trying to see who's in the channel. And I was urged to make it. And lo and behold, there isn't a fucking soul in there. So, Salmonella, hey. Salmonella, oh, please, Raz, make a watch party channel. Oh, that would be so fun and exciting. Doesn't use it. Suck me off,
in there.
Sal. Suck
Just
me
fucking
off.
call him out, dude.
Sal hasn't even been in chat yet. What the fuck's this guy's problem?
Well, he should get in chat. But anyways,
Yeah.
it's actually a great idea. So just feel free to get in that party, join the fucking Discord. And then that's it for me. Any announcements from you, Mr. Tanner Dropshot?
No, sir.
Okay. So we're going to skip iTunes reviews again. There weren't many, but we will get to them next time. And then that's pretty much it. So if you were waiting for the jingle, here it is. So, normally we start with playlist updates. There were none. So we are moving on. The topic of today's podcast with young Douglas was going to be a very spirited debate about how Modern Warfare is or is not a good game. I think you guys know where I stand. And Doug has the opposite position. And I think we're still going to get into that. But first, there were quite a few news items today, Douglas. So how did this start? TGR just messaged you, or what's up? Give us the rundown.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of stay in connection now that we added a new member to Modern Warzone today, Okami, and he's known for very credible leaks, you know.
Okay.
And TGR DM'd me and was like, "Don't share this with anyone," but look at this. What do you think? And I was like, I don't know, because he thought it was fake. And, you know, we were being very skeptical at first, but the more we looked at it, the more we were like, yeah, this is not fucking fake. Because they're from the UK, so this is the way I explained it to him. You know how in the United States, when there's a giveaway for a big company, they have to allow people who don't purchase the product to enter the sweepstakes? Like, you know how you see the sweepstakes bold print that's in that fucking image? That's not in the UK. They said they don't know what the fuck that is. So on the back, it'll say you can mail them a postcard or something, and you'll be entered to win. You have to write your name, your address, and all that stuff, and you'll be entered to win. That's the bold.
That. That's interesting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like a law in the United States. So they don't have that in the UK. And I was like, oh yeah, well, this is what this is, and this is all very fine print. A lawyer wrote this. Like, this is the Doritos promotional shit.
Yeah.
For COD.
I mean, it looked legit to me.
It's legit as fuck. When did
TGR receive the DM?
I don't know the exact time.
Pretty recently, I would
probably
assume.
started talking today, about this. Yeah, we probably got on that phone call at like 4:30 or 5.
Okay.
Wow.
But he had it before then, I believe.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so class, if you can direct your attention to the screen. There we go. Wait. Okay, not working. Hold on. Jesus Christ, this is such a dog shit show. Whatever, doesn't matter. We'll fuck with it later. But yes, so yeah, we got basically. You guys can go to modernwarzone.com to see all this shit. Sorry for that, by the way. Or you could go to at Modern Warzone on Twitter, and you can find all the relevant information. The article on his website is much more comprehensive, though. You can get all the information, basically. And there was a picture of a Doritos bag. And by the way, if you guys don't remember, like when this game launched, they sold Totino's pizza rolls with like double XP tokens advertised on the bag. And then I think there was some other junk food item. So the fact that there would be double XP codes on a Doritos bag is totally in line with what we already know.
It was that last year too. It was Doritos, Totino's, and I think Mountain Dew or something dumb.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So this would make all the sense in the world. And it's saying on the back of the bag that the promotion begins in the fine print on October 25th, and it ends on the 31st of January, 2021. So the obvious question here, if the promotion begins on October 25th, 2020, the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, exactly 3 months from today, the obvious question, of course, is, well, Doug, is that when COD 2020 releases?
Shit. You know I don't like to talk about dates.
You said the date wrong, whereas it's the 5th of October, October 5th.
Oh,
less
my
than
bad.
3 months.
Less than 3 months. Okay, October 5th. Thank you. Yeah. So you don't like to talk about dates. Has anyone looked into... Tanner, go get your bag of Totino's pizza roll from your freezer next to the
back, boys.
chopped up bodies. He actually has it. He actually has it. Okay.
Let's
holy
fucking
shit.
go.
That is fucking hysterical. Okay, so
Hold
last
on.
year
We did some research into this as well, Raz.
Okay.
You pop off about him.
I was just gonna say, like last year, there were a bunch of Totino's pizza rolls that were sold with like codes for double weapon XP or for this shit game. And Tanner bought all of them at his local Walmart where he typically shops.
That's wrong. I don't shop at Walmart ever.
Get shit on.
I
Fucking
got the
idiot.
pizza rolls, guys.
Anyways, he actually has the pizza rolls. Show him on the camera, dude. Show him on the camera. That is so funny, dude. Oh my god.
I don't. They're garbage. I bought them for the codes, dude.
Oh my god, that is so funny, dude. Okay.
What flavor are they?
I don't fucking know.
Dog shit. Yeah. So
Combination sausage and pepperoni.
okay. So
That's
don't
not
tell
bad,
us.
dude. Those are good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some reading here while you guys talk.
Yeah, you read. So basically, though, what we're gonna do is we're gonna read the Totino. So this is a Totino's pizza roll promotional item for this shit game, and we're gonna look at the fine print of this bag of shit called Totino's Pizza Rolls, and we're going to see when it says the promotion starts and see how that correlates to the release date for Modern Warfare 2019. If the promotion for the Totino's Pizza Roll starts on the day that the game releases, then it would be fairly safe to assume that COD 2020 will also release on the same day that the Doritos promotion says on this leaked image. So Tanner, when does the promotion start?
It does not say.
Oh
All
my
it tells
God,
me.
you're such dog shit.
No, it does not say. All it says is codes must be redeemed by March 1st, 2020. So they gave you a long time to redeem then.
They gave you an expiration date for the code. They didn't
there's
say
no
promotion
starting
begins.
date. Nope. It says bonus in-game content with purchase. See details on back. Blah blah. Then you go to the back. Must be a legal resident. 3 codes redeemed by 3/1/2020.
No.
Yeah, there's no starting date.
I'm pissed. All right, well, Doug, you said you did some research into this. Did you uncover anything different than our investigation?
Yeah, I think the days that we were talking about, I don't remember if I put them in the article or not, but I think the days that the one started for Modern Warfare was the 5th with the Mountain Dew codes,
Okay.
and then the game came out on the 25th.
So the Mountain
They
Dew
like the day.
codes.
They love the 25th for some reason. They have so many releases on the 25th.
Okay, so the Mountain Dew codes were active before the game launched, is what you're saying for this game?
Yes. Yes. So
Well,
they
that
could.
sucks.
The release still could be in late October.
Okay.
I have it, boys.
Okay, go ahead, Tanner.
So in 2019, the offer began October 7th, and it ended March 1st, 2020.
and then
And Modern Warfare released October 25th.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay. Okay. So what's your speculation then, young Douglas? What do you think?
What's my speculation?
Yeah.
My personal speculation is that I have no fucking idea. Yeah, I really can't. These guys are impossible to read.
Yeah.
They're really impossible to read unless you get direct. Like, that's the thing. Like the best info I usually get is like the day or two before something big happens, because that's when people are like, all right, I'm comfortable sharing this with you.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
But like right now, everybody's tight wrapped because they've had so much shit leak out already. I can't believe that this happened today.
This is
I
wild.
really can't believe this. I can't believe this. Like, I really was not expecting this today. It's fucking Saturday.
I know.
Saturday.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, if I had to speculate, I mean, I would say October 25th looks like a reasonably conservative estimate. But I mean, if the promotion begins before the game launches, if that was the case last year, then who knows, man? It could come out October 5th. It could come out fucking December 5th. I mean, who knows? And especially because of the monkey wrench that is COVID, fucking up all the timetables. Like, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it came out October 25th or December 25th. Like, I actually wouldn't be that surprised. And especially because we haven't gotten the trailer until so late, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, is the game going to release at the same time, even though the trailer was delayed 2 months after any other title's trailer, you know? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Doug.
like most of my following, like, they think that I am against, like, I'm really mad or something about COD 2020, like, that I have something against it. But I don't have anything against it. I'm excited as fuck for it. But if they delay it a year, I'm not mad. I'm still not mad. Or even, they're not going to, but I'm saying, like, everyone that follows me thinks that I'm like bitching that it's late. What I'm bitching about is the lack of communication. It's like, I'm so sick of this fucking reveal type that they're going for, because they're absolutely failing with it every time. Like, they Apex Legends and what they did is a one-off, and it's probably never going to happen again. People can't keep their fucking mouth shut. People on the inside are always talking to people, man. It's just how it is. I don't know why they go for this fucking surprise reveal when we've been seeing COD for, like, we're conditioned as people to expect these trailers and this and that and be ready for holiday November. The new Call of Duty is coming. Like, I know COVID's here, but they haven't even, like, named the fucking game, bro. We just named it for them.
Yeah, I know, for real. Let me be clear, by the way. I will be fucking pissed if the game gets delayed a year. I will not do 2 years of Modern Warfare 2019 Game of the Year edition. I will firebomb Activision Blizzard's headquarters in Anaheim in game, of course.
Even if it's delayed by a couple months and they're like open and honest about it, but I don't think it's delayed at this point. From what we're hearing, it seems like it's on track according to them.
That's interesting.
So,
I think it seems
we will
seems
see.
like it's on track. I think, and then
Keep going.
judging by the promotion end date of January 31st.
Good
I mean,
point.
they're not going to release the game at the end of December.
Super
and
good
then
point.
that code expires a month later. Because like I just said, this other one ran from October to March.
That's a super good point, actually. I
So
didn't
that's
think
something
about
to
that.
keep in mind.
We should definitely keep that in mind for sure.
So
I
to
mean-
me, my opinion is it sounds like it's coming at the end of October, like normal. October 25th or something.
Did you guys check out that article I did previous to this one? Or actually, my buddy wrote it for us, and he covered like why COD 2020 might have some issues at startup. It's
I
because
did.
they moved which one is it? Sledgehammer got moved from being the publisher or the studio to the support studio.
Yeah.
Like that's a big fucking deal, especially with how hard these devs have to work nowadays.
Yes.
And we already know that they get fucking pushed to the absolute limit on normal time schedules. And Treyarch's expected to put out something at the end of a console generation, which means they're expected to put out something brilliant, or they have to put it out on the new console and they have to cross bridge it. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a lot on their fucking plate right now.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for them. Like I really do. That's fucking rough. The COD community is not friendly to bad games. I hope it's good.
Oh, trust me. They're not. We are not.
I know. You're fucking. You're very vocal about it. We know.
Yeah.
Raz sus.
Razino sus.
Us.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. That's such a good point, though, Tanner. Because, yeah, the game's not going to release in December. Because they're not going to sell a bag of Doritos that you have to buy in 5 days or the code doesn't work anymore. There's no way that's happening. So I think October, November seems the most likely. October in particular seems incredibly likely. Unless they, I don't know, scrap these bags of Doritos. I'm sure that's happened before as well. So
Yeah,
it's hard to
the other
say.
thing was, yeah, so the Modern Warfare beta, the early access was September 12th, and then that code, or that thing started October 5th.
Yes.
So
Doug,
we could be on the same track.
yeah, true. So Doug, you made a tweet earlier prior to this leak that the beta, let me pull up your Twitter, or you can just remind me, that the beta is expected to be, so there's going to be an announcement August 5th, and then a beta in like, what was it, September or something? Let me pull up your Twitter.
I never really liked that info.
Okay.
I never really liked that info.
Yeah.
That's why I normally don't tweet stuff and then take it with a grain of salt, but that's one of the few times I did.
Got it.
Like, I usually let people know I'm either speculating based on info or what have you, but that is from a different source completely. Not, yeah. I tried to make the differentiation. I hope
Which
people
you did.
understand
You
that.
did say take it with a grain of salt in the tweet.
Because I mean,
So-
Ghost and the other people of Modern Warzone, like TGR, none of us wanted to fucking report it. I was like, well, all these other people are fucking retweeting it. Everybody's going to be asking us, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that there's a source, and I'm going to say that what they reported. So
Yeah.
he seemed to be very confident. I spoke with him in DMs before I did, but now he's not feeling so sure or great about it after seeing the Doritos promotion.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe
That
he
sounded really, really out of place to me.
Yeah.
December release. Who the fuck releases a game at Christmas?
Yeah, usually you want your game already out prior to Christmas.
You
for
want your
sure.
game out for Black Friday.
You want your game
Ooh, good
in
point.
prime working order.
When is Black Friday?
For Christmas.
The last
Black Friday's the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay. When is Thanksgiving?
Jesus.
I have no idea.
So it's like November 27th this year, probably.
Yeah. Isn't the beta supposed to be like a campaign demo? I've heard that a lot. I don't know how I feel about
Really?
it. I just read that in the chat.
Well, anyways,
I haven't heard. Yeah.
The point I was bringing up with this tweet is, so do you still think the reveal will be August 5th, and or do you still think the beta will be in September? In other words, does the leaking of this Doritos picture, does that only change the release date, or does it change the reveal, beta, and release date? See what I'm asking?
Kind of. At this point,
So
I think it changes. I think it changes what they're talking about with a beta in September. I mean, that might be credible, maybe still, but then the release date in December, that's toast. You don't put out a promotion. Yeah, that part's toast.
So you're less comfortable in the beta being in September, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm still not too comfortable about that because we haven't heard anything about that. The only thing I've been hearing talked about is that it could be in the campaign, a campaign like beta. But there's no fucking I don't give a shit. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, true. Any truers in the chat?
That would be a mistake if they did that.
I know everybody would just be fucking pissed. I don't even want to talk about that. Can we just? This is fucking stupid.
Do you still think there's going to be a reveal on August 5th?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel kind of confident about that at this point.
Okay.
That's the only date that I'm hearing, period. I'm still waiting to hear from one of my best, or one of the best people who I'm networked with, but hopefully soon, next week, is when I should be getting something from him. Starting like Monday, hopefully.
And that's the season 5 release date, correct? Am I right? August 5th?
I mean, that's what everything's fucking pointing to. Yeah. This doesn't have any file backing or anything yet, though.
Yeah. Just like when the season's ending, it's the 5th.
August 5, the season 5 reveal, or the COD 2020 reveal?
I think it might be both in one. We don't know yet, though.
That's the first date. That's the first day of season 5 is what I'm saying.
So the thing that I'm like, when I talk the COD 2020 reveal and I'm saying that I'm like super confident in it and that I very much so trust this source and they're very credible, is that I'm confident that it will be revealed in Warzone, not at some fucking console event. That doesn't mean that I'm confident it'll be revealed alongside season 5. Like
in the stadium.
We didn't, at this point, me and this source weren't even talking about anything to do with all this new shit. Yeah. Fuck you, Raz. Your stupid ass YouTube video.
I made sure, by the way, to put context into the video. The title was clickbait. The content of the video was not selectively edited.
What a clickbaiter, dude.
It was a clickbait title for the analytics, but the actual video had all the proper requisite context.
I just retweeted the stream on Twitter.
Ooh,
let's fucking go.
Yeah, people have to understand though, the only way you can get views in a video game on YouTube, if you're a video game channel, is clickbait titles. So keep that in mind, everybody.
Yeah, it really is. It's a part of the thing. It really is. But my titles haven't been that bad yet, have they?
Well,
the damn one was pretty bad.
Be shameless.
Modern Thaw Zone.
Modern Thaw Zone, lol.
That one was fire. That was like my third video.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty clever. Okay, so what else was I gonna ask you?
I'll be right back.
Okay. What else was I gonna fucking ask you? I'm trying to think.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, let me catch up on chat here real quick, by the way. Squatch with the 500 biddies, let's fucking go. And Slivovitz with the 500 biddies, let's fucking go. Thank you, boys. Honored, humbled, and of course, privileged. I appreciate it. And if you're here from @ModernWarzone, then welcome. Make sure you fucking smash the follow button. And also, join the fucking Discord. And also, you can find the podcast at that link.
Yo, let's go.
Let's go. Segment with the 5 gifty boys. I can count. Hell yeah, segment. Thank you, dude. Honored, humbled, and of course, fucking privileged. I appreciate it. Segment, Slivo.
What's your opinion on people now trying to boot up? Sorry, Rez. Sometimes when we were having like little pauses, because people do. This is kind of like a Q&A too, isn't it, or not?
I was literally just about to say, if you see anything in chat that you want to answer and talk about, then feel free. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. If somebody asked like a good one. What did he say? What's your opinion on people now trying to boot up the game with different console dev kits? I honestly, people think I'm like a super fan of going into this type of shit. I'm not the biggest fan of. Okay, segment. It's fucking going ham.
Jesus.
Let's
Let's fucking go, dude. Now we made it 10. Segment,
he had to make.
get scammed.
I can't help but notice that.
Yeah, get scammed.
Fucking scammed, kid.
Get scammed. I said 10.
Get shit on.
I said 10 because I can't count, and then he made it 10. Segment, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. You didn't have to do that, by the way. But
I'm not
I
a
appreciate
huge
it, brother.
fan of people trying to like act, because this file that they're trying to break into is encrypted, which means that like if you actually get in that shit and they catch you in that shit, you fucking definitely know what you were doing when you got in there, and you're gonna catch a fat lawsuit.
Any
I
felonies?
do not
in the chat?
recommend. Yeah, I do not recommend that anybody. Everybody wants to be a data miner. I don't recommend doing that shit. I don't know how that shit works.
But if you're gonna do it anyway, I recommend you send videos to @ModernWarzone on Twitter.
There we go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I mean that's apparent. And how many different Twitter accounts has TGR made in the last year? 4.
True.
I have to try to be careful while still being on the edge of glory.
On the edge of glory, yeah.
Yeah, you've made quite the following already. You don't want to
gotta-
have to reset that.
Don't fly.
Oh no, I would be crushed.
Don't
I would
fly
be
too
crushed.
close to the sun.
You got the website though, and you got the
Hashtag
support though,
Icarus.
so you'd be okay. But
Good book. Okay, yeah. Anything else in chat? If you wanted to go over
A
the
six
checklist?
Dayton.
A what?
Dayton just asked me, from 1 out of 10, 10 being the most confident and 1 being not confident at all, how confident are you that Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War will be revealed on the 5th? I give that like a 6 because it sounds right, and it's pushing. It matches a bunch of shit, but that's a bold fucking move right there for a game that's been lacking, some communication. That's what they need to do. But if they try to do some shit like that and announce their next game and the live event isn't received well, they will never do one again. Better be fucking careful.
Yeah.
Because if it's shit, it'll get shit on the internet real hard. Fortnite just did a fucking Travis Scott concert, and it was actually fire.
all of Fortnite's live events have been fantastic.
They are, dude. They're dope.
Any way that you can do a live event worldwide for millions of people everywhere and it works correctly, that's nuts, dude. You're a fantastic development team if you can pull that off.
I don't endorse any Fortnite comments made on this podcast.
Don't care. Don't care what you think about the game. Their dev team is fantastic.
Your sign's
Well, it
backwards,
used to be.
Douglas.
Used to be.
Wow. Segment with the 1,050 biddies. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, dude. Segment. Lots of support, man. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I'm honored, humbled, and of course, fucking privileged as fuck.
I'm gonna get this tattooed on my forehead.
Fuck Fortnite, yeah. Just like Travis Scott. He has face tattoos, right? Doesn't matter. Okay, so also, I believe you said something about the title being like COD 2020 official logo. Is this true? You think this is the official logo based on the
you kidding
Doritos
me?
bag?
Yeah.
Ooh, he's
What does the
sassing
one
me.
look like on? What does the one look like on your bag?
Oh yeah,
Tanner?
get the pizza roll.
I saw yours has like cover art on the front
Yeah.
and shit.
I
Though.
threw it
It
in the
might be
trash
a little
can.
different.
You threw it in
It
the
might
trash.
be a little different because a pizza roll bag is a little bigger than a Doritos bag.
It just says Call of Duty Modern Warfare and it's got a little picture.
That is the official logo, though. That is the Modern
Exactly.
Warfare logo. Yeah.
Exactly.
Boys, there are like 400 ingredients in this bitch. If you're listening to this podcast, don't eat Totino's pizza rolls. How about that? I didn't
eat
eat
them
them
all
either.
the
I just
time.
use them for the code. They're
Look at
fucking
these-
garbage.
These pussy California fucks.
They're garbage, dude.
Well, yeah,
They're
we,
delicious.
we eat fresh sushi and
Chet,
avocado
Chet.
toast and kale
Chat, tell them
smoothies.
they're fucking stupid.
White West
Yeah.
Coast liberal elites, by the way.
I heard you dumb fucks say earlier that
What?
Halo 3 is not that good.
That was me. I said that.
Well,
No,
yeah.
that is fucking
Okay.
ridiculous. That
Doug,
is-
you go back and play that game now, you're like, oh,
I would
there's
have a
zero
great
content
time in
in this
custom
game.
games. No, there's a fuck ton of content.
Okay, whatever you say.
It's a fuck ton of content.
I
had
didn't
some of
play Halo for that much, but it was because I thought it was boring.
You just had to find the custom maps and then join custom games. That's when that
I
game
was a
super
PC
evolved.
gamer at the time, so I wasn't
Okay,
gonna play a
let's
console
rein it
game.
in here,
PC
Master
gamer.
Chief. So Doug, what do you think this the title or the art tells us really anything? To me, it doesn't say too terribly much. I thought this game might be titled just Call of Duty Black Ops, just like this game was just titled Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That's the same exact title as COD 4. So I thought they were going to do Call of Duty Black Ops, which was the same title as BO1. And then it would be like very similar in that regard. But the fact that they've added Cold War in means it's going to be a little different kind of from Modern Warfare, but I'm not really sure exactly how. Have you thought about that at all? If you get what I'm getting toward? Do you see what I'm saying?
Nah, that I don't get the connection here.
Okay.
I have a small brain.
No, it's fine. It was inartfully worded. What do you think the title of the game being revealed and the cover art reveals anything to you? Does it confirm anything? Does it give you any information or insight or confirmation in any way? Or
I mean, none of us knew the real name of the fucking game. Like, I mean, it's been so much changed. One of the biggest memes that's been retweeted lately is like the Call of Duty screen, and then it says like David Vondy, Red Door, Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like everything you could fucking think of. This thing
fantastic
could be
memes,
named.
by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great meme.
Yeah.
Done by @legitimate gamers, who also did Modern Warzone's banner on Twitter
Ooh. Okay.
and his profile. It's fire.
Shout out. Okay. But other than, as far as like gameplay goes or campaign or anything, Black Ops Cold War doesn't really give you any insight.
Just more further. Like we already had a fuck ton of confirmation that it would be set during the Cold War, but
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
a lot further. And then the most recent patch of data mine files is like a lot. There's like 3 missions in Vietnam. There's like 7 in Russia or something, I think. I don't know. We did an article on it. I can't remember. Too much shit, dude. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, all right. So I think we hit just about everything, but maybe we didn't. Any other insight or anything you wanted to talk about as far as these leaks that we haven't mentioned yet, or any questions from chat you want to hit? By the way, chat, if you have any questions for young Douglas, now's the time. Pertaining to these leaks or anything else, really?
Yeah, Chad, if you want to ask a question, go ahead. I'm going through.
Okay.
There's a couple. Doug, do you know if the reveal is going to be like the typical campaign trailer or just a name reveal? Oh, do you know if the reveal is going to be like a typical... I don't know exactly how it's going to be. I do know that for the Season 5 intro, there's going to be more... This isn't really exclusive. This isn't really exclusive, but this has been talked about a little bit, but it's kind of on the underground of like the COD news that the Season 5 intro is going to have that Senior Officer Lurch from the letter that was sent to Jack Frags.
Senior Officer what?
Lurch.
Oh, okay.
LERCH.
Got it.
Let me pull it up real quick, bro.
Yeah.
Before I fucking misrepresent myself.
I just
keep
thought,
asking questions.
Yeah,
Shut
no, I just thought I didn't hear the word. Okay. And then, yeah, while you're looking that up, I just wanted to reiterate, if there's anything from this leak that we didn't hit that you wanted to cover, let me know, even if it's not related to a question.
There's also a giveaway for a year of double XP on there.
Is that
We
like
haven't talked
one
about
person gets a year of double XP or some shit?
That's what I think. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what the sweepstake
Let me look
stuff
into
seemed
this
like.
again.
That's why there's a sweepstake on it. That's considered a sweepstake.
Oh. Wow. Like 1 hour of double XP per day for an entire year.
So each one's probably 15 minutes because if you look, it's 160 max codes per person, but 40 hours max per person. Do simple math. Read a fucking book, chap.
Yeah, read
Yeah.
a book.
Quick maths. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
That took me like 0.2 seconds whenever I saw that to do that. Quick brain. Big brain.
Yeah.
Quick brain.
You know,
Smooth
so
brain.
I was thinking it was kind of weird that there's like no background art or anything. But when I look at my Totino's pizza rolls from last year, the background art is some bullshit generic like operator photo. So like that goes to show you it not having a picture also doesn't mean anything because look at this picture.
Yeah.
Nothing related to Call of Duty at all. It's just like a random military person they threw on there.
Yeah. True.
I wish we could show the fucking pictures, dude.
I
We
do.
really
too.
need to. There's got to be a way, Raz, because that's important to this conversation.
I know.
There's a lot in that bold print that we need to debate.
Well, we could at least just link it everywhere.
Yeah,
there's the link. There's the link chat in case you guys haven't seen it.
Yeah, so make sure you guys go there. Streamlabs OBS is fucked up. There's no way for me to do it right now. I could fix it, but it would require me turning off the stream. I'm not going to do that right now. Unfortunately. But most people who listen to this podcast listen on a podcast app anyway. So, but like, yeah. So you guys, so for you podcast listeners, the article will be linked in the show notes. It will have all of the pictures. That's at modernwarzone.com. And then I'll link you up to everything we talk about tonight, of course. And for those of you who are here live, you can check the link in chat right now. So, and you can see all the pictures there. But yeah,
Here,
the double
I actually
XP
have
for
a
a year.
great way to do this. It's saved on my phone. I did.
You're gonna hold your phone up to the camera. I wouldn't call that a great way to do it, but
Dude, that's great.
it'll
You're fucking
work.
genius, bro.
It'll work.
Dude, whenever Charlie Intel tweeted out about our shit, he he definitely took all our watermarks off.
Dude, I saw that.
Yeah, that was funny.
They got that done. Do you notice that they posted the first picture that didn't? Oh wait, no, they posted the first one immediately. Never mind. It just took them a little bit longer to do the second one.
That one was, yeah, it took him a little bit longer to do the second one. And then they posted the article with the second one because that's what they all are supposed to, that's what they teach you to do is make a tweet and then do a follow-up response with the article. Yeah. I really appreciate him he actually linked to me in his article and everything. Like that's huge for the website, bro.
Yeah, he added you in the main tweet. That was fantastic for you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I appreciate that for sure. How do I feel about the snippet leaks of season 5? I personally think they suck dick, but everybody fucking likes to want to punch me in the face when I say that. They're like, this is great. This is fun. It's like Scooby-Doo. Like, come on, man. Who gives a flying fuck? Just show a fucking trailer.
Yeah, I know. I'm ready for one too. Jake down 200 biddies. Let's fucking go. Gift cursed 1,000. Let's fucking go. Jesus. And then we got another one from Bango West, 1,500. From Bango West, your oldest listener. Let's fucking go. Any boomers in the chat, dude? Bango West is 46 years old. Type 1 in the chat if you're older than 46 years old. I suspect none of you actually are. But
Wait, how do you know that?
Because it's from his review last week.
Oh,
I have a huge
that one,
brain
okay.
and an exceptional memory. And also great linguistic and quantitative skill. Jake Down, Gift Curse, and Bango West. I appreciate it, boys. Really. That means a lot. I appreciate the support. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome to the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast. Make sure you subscribe to us, rate us 5 fucking stars on iTunes, and of course, join the fucking Discord. Doug hangs out here a lot. And he leaks
Let's
everything.
not be humble about it. Let's not be humble about it.
Okay,
this is the hottest up-and-coming podcast in gaming.
Let's fucking go.
Not only in gaming, but in Call of Duty, period.
True.
You get the most exclusive shit you're going to get out of a Call of Duty podcast from here.
That is absolutely certain. And Doug, see, what you guys didn't know, if you're here from Modern Warzone's Twitter, is that Doug leaks everything in my Discord 2 hours before he leaks it anywhere else. So make sure you join the fucking Discord. That's
This
not real, by the
motherfucker
way.
right here, dude.
That's not real, by the way.
Piece of shit.
Aussie Menace, 500 biddies. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Hell yes. Brothers, Aussie Menace, I appreciate it. Bango, Gift, and Jake Down. I
Did
appreciate
you see
you.
earlier there's some
boys.
Australians in here tonight, dude?
Any fucking...
There's always, dude, they fucking love us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they usually
We
watch
love
it
them,
after,
they
but
love
you got
us.
some here live, bro. It's like fucking 7 in the morning or something there.
No,
I don't even know.
It's 1 p.m. for... It's like the afternoon for Australians.
Oh, that's great for them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Any K Crikeys in the chat? But yeah, appreciate all the support, boys. Platinum Pistols last night. Let's fucking go. Congrats, Aussie, dude. That is fantastic. Okay, so were there any other questions you wanted to hit, young Douglas?
Dayton, I do think Sony will renew the exclusivity contract with Call of Duty. I heard a little bit about that today, but I don't know how I'm feeling about it yet. But I do. It naturally makes sense. They're not going to come to Microsoft. I think them and Microsoft have some beef from a long time ago.
And for you children, Sony means PlayStation. That's who makes PlayStation. So those PlayStation exclusives may continue into the future, which is kind of dumb, especially now that they're doing cross-platform. Not super thrilled to hear that, but we'll see what happens there. Go ahead.
When they take a little tiger snooze. I see you, Mulletproof. Do you have any insiders at Call of Duty Studios? Do you think I would fucking tell you if I did?
Damn.
What is Call of Duty Studios? I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. That sounds like some fucking
There is no Call of
ragtag
Duty.
Pornhub anime.
You know
shit.
what he means. Activision Infinity Ward. Cocksuckers. You know damn well what he means.
You know damn well what he means.
Just destroying the chat.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well,
Wish they'd make console only crossplay. Well, he's banned.
banned.
Just kidding, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to see any other leaks that that you wanted to talk about, Douglas, or any other news.
No, I just think it's dope that Charlie had to tweet out mentioning us in his tweet as the source, and now it's got 4,000 retweets and 18,000 likes in 2 hours.
It's fantastic.
That one's a banger, bro.
That's a fucking fat.
And it's a fucking Doritos bag. Like, we were sitting there in the Discord talking about it. Like, are we really trying to get people this hype about it? Because I wanted to drop it tomorrow morning. I wanted to kind of tweet Doritos bags and shit at people tonight and then do it tomorrow morning, but they were like, nah, nobody's gonna be hype about this. I was like, nobody fucking knows shit about this new game, and this is like the best concrete info we have.
It's
that we
super
can't
big.
say we don't have a source. Like, this is some real shit. You can look at it.
So about that, I was in the bathroom at work pissing out of my average cock. And after I was looking at my phone and I saw TGR had tweeted just a Doritos bag. And I saw that tweet
too.
And I was like, okay. And I looked at it and I thought for like 10 seconds, I was like, huh, he's sending out something, but what does that mean? And I never put 2 and 2 together. And now it's so obvious because they did it last year, but I just couldn't figure it out at the time.
A lot of games have been doing double XP with Doritos and shit, and Mountain Dew especially.
Yeah. Any fat gamers in the chat?
Yes. All of them.
I can't blue ball you like
75,
that.
in fact.
Willie Pooh, what did I do, bro?
What happened, Doug?
I don't know. Willie Pooh said I blue balled him.
Damn.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, Willie.
You
Willie
motherfuckers got me to say way too much last week, and I said I wasn't going to drink tonight, and I'm already on beer number 3.
Well,
so
you're on
Let's
your
fucking go. We need more.
3.2% alcohol by volume
True.
percentage. So
True. Any ABVs in the chat?
I drink IPAs.
yeah.
Well, think we'll
live in
finally see the
California.
return of pro perks in the next game. I sure fucking hope. Absolutely not, and I absolutely hope they don't. Pro perks are dumb. Why would you want them back? That's what I don't understand. It's like, what is the benefit of a pro perk? Hey, just put the pro perk, bake it into the actual perk, so I don't have to unlock it. What is the advantage of that? I don't understand why
Hold on,
anyone
what?
would want a
I
pro
don't-
perk.
What is a pro? I don't.
Remember
Oh,
sleight
yeah,
of hand, and if you get 80 kills with sleight of hand, you unlock sleight of hand pro.
Oh,
That's so dumb.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a kind of a cool new thing. It was new at the time.
Okay.
I don't care what perks are in the game as long as dead silence is not a normal perk. I'll enjoy it.
I'm curious.
And I know 90% of you guys are going to disagree with that because
I agree with you.
Because you like running up on kids from behind without them hearing you. But hey, I like having gunfights. I don't want somebody to sneak up behind me and shoot me in the back for no goddamn reason.
True.
Let me hear your footsteps. I want actual gunplay. I want you to have gun skill, not shoot me in the back. If you want dead silence as a perk, fuck you.
That's a hot take from @Tanner Dropshot on Twitter and on twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot, one word. So my question, boys, kind of related, kind of not related. Do you think we see Specialist come back in Black Ops COD 2020? Because I don't think there's been a Specialist option in any Black Ops title ever. Do you think it's possible that we get Specialist for Black Ops COD 2020 CIA Vondy Bop Red Door Edition?
I really don't know. I really don't think so.
You guys look so dumb that I'll explain to you what specialist is.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
It's either the specialist bonus perk, or are you talking about characters? Like what?
No, yeah, I'm talking about where instead of kill streaks, you earn perks with kills. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like
I don't think we'll see that come back.
You don't think so?
I don't think we'll see that. No. I mean, they're still different, but they're still running on the same engine, so we'll see. Well, this is a first for Treyarch. They're running on the same engine as Infinity Ward. Like what?
I didn't know that. What do you? Is this hidden information, or is this out in the open?
This is known. This is known. I do believe this is known. Even if it's not known, I'm pretty sure it's known. I mean, let me do some quick maps for you, chat.
Okay.
If this is if COD 2020 is going to, or excuse me, let me stop fucking calling it that, since we revealed the whole name of it. If Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is going to have Warzone, it has to have the same engine. Can't just have Warzone.
Well, hold on.
Can't just have Warzone. They will not just port it over.
Retract your bell. Thank you.
Retracted.
Okay. Is that the only reason that you think it's going to be the same engine, Doug?
No.
Okay. Okay, good.
No. Everybody's consensus is the same engine. Like Tylee talked about.
Sure, but is that the only reason that people think that?
There's a reason why Sledgehammer Games was supposed to make this game, and that they had issues with Activision that led to them being moved. There's a lot of shit that happens behind the scenes that even like we don't get info about, but if you just look at it and you have all the info surrounding it, you can definitely figure out that they were not happy about having to run on an engine that they weren't used to. And Treyarch fucking said, well, we're a big dick studio, we kick ass. That's my perspective on it.
Got it.
Sledgehammer Games, name the best Sledgehammer game?
World War II.
No, that game's it made a comeback. Terrible at launch. You can't do that in Call of Duty. We all turn our games back in.
Fair. I've heard it was terrible at launch. I never played it at launch. But if you play World War II right now, it is fantastic. I fucking love that game. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to say I don't know what Warzone will be played on COD 2020 means. But it's not going to be the Warzone we see now. So if there's a BR for COD 2020, it's going to be a different BR. They might call it Warzone, but it's not going to have the perks from the old Call of Duty game in the new Battle Royale. It's not going to have the weapons from the old Call of Duty game in the new Battle Royale.
That's what I've been struggling to figure out too, because I get it, it's probably gonna have the same title and it's gonna tie in, but it can't be on the same engine. It'll feel exactly it might be the same engine. It can be on the same engine, but it's a different you can't game. Just like swap the map and the guns and the perks, and I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, can you explain more your understanding of what Warzone?
That's for sure.
Yeah, can you explain more, Doug, what your understanding of Warzone will continue into COD 2020? What do you mean by that? Because I've been trying to understand this, and I don't get what people are saying when they say that.
It's a free-to-play game, bro. It's a different title. From the get-go, it's been planned to go through the next at least 2 Call of Duty titles. Like, it's their free-to-play Battle Royale. That way, Battle Royales are too popular now, and they already are crunching studios down to 2 years of development time. Like, you cannot put a Battle Royale, a good multiplayer, and a good campaign in the 3-year span that they give them.
Agreed.
So Warzone, and if you're a smart company, you're going to adopt Fortnite and Apex Legends style, and you're going to make a free-to-play game that is going to be constantly updated. And Warzone is a free-to-play game, and it will so let me give you an example. So the next Call of Duty comes out. Okay. People don't necessarily enjoy the multiplayer. Where does everyone go? Back to Modern Warfare Warzone. Mm-hmm. Literally. They're not going to go to PUBG. They're not going to go to fucking Hyperscape. We're already seeing it's not happening. So this needs to be able to continue. That's why you're starting to see more leaks about these weird guns like the AN-94 and shit. True. It's moving towards COD 2020. Slowly but surely, they're trying to do this together. Like I've never seen something like this.
So,
Two studios working on the same engine that have never done it before.
So what that means then, what I'm hearing is basically there's not going to be a new BR for COD 2020. It's just they're just going to keep updating Warzone.
According to recent stuff that came out, I think a month and a half ago from very credible, I don't remember the publisher, so apologies, but it's going to have blackout elements in it. Like it's going to be their blackout take on Warzone. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, so now you've lost me again. So this Warzone is going to add grappling hooks and shit. Basically, is that what you're saying?
Wait, I don't know, but I do know it'll be called Call of Duty Warzone.
You're saying it's going to be called Call of Duty Warzone as if there's going to be a new battle royale released. The current battle royale is already called Warzone. So I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to go to the next game. Like it's going to be the same one and it'll be in the next game, but Treyarch can make changes to it. The title will stay as it was in all the DMCAs I've gotten, Call of Duty Warzone. It is a standalone title. That is how Activision lists it.
Okay. That's
how they've always listed it since before Warzone came out. And they don't do that for like zombies or any of their other shit.
True.
It's a standalone title.
So so COD 2020 comes out. 3 months later, COD 2020's Warzone iteration gets released, and then all of a sudden, the Warzone perks we have now change to adopt the COD 2020 perks. And maybe the weapons change too, or they add the new COD 2020 weapons to Warzone? Is that what
sounds like a very good take? Your first one sounds like a good take on it. I try not to think about this too much because it's really confusing.
It is okay. Yeah.
So
you're
just
confused.
I really try not to think about it, but it's their new thing. Like it's what they're doing, and it's clearly. I mean, it's kind of. Besides their terrible way of communicating, like it's honestly cool. Like the stuff that I go throughout the map and look for to make content out of. Like it's really. Like they got a good idea. They have a good idea. They're just not implementing it well enough. And the thing is, the society and all these gamers who are younger that love battle royales are so geared towards Fortnite level of updates. And Fortnite's level of updating their game is fucking unheard of.
Yeah.
Unheard of. Those developers are fucking, I can't believe it, what they do with that game. Whether it's a cartoon game or not, the shit they add and remove and the level of development that goes into Fortnite is nutty. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this sign again.
That's what I'm saying. But
you don't make that much money from a fucking video game if it's not good. So as much as I shit on
Warfare is making a shitload of money too. So why can't we get some sort of Warzone fucking update in the last 3 months? Like anything.
Exactly, because Activision is a dog shit company.
I just don't understand it.
I'm just glad that you're as confused about this Warzone fucking thing as I am, because I don't fully understand it.
So Tanner, to answer your question, like it's a very simple answer. Like if you want to know Activision's motives and their goals, look at the way that they handled the Black Lives Matter things. Like they said and they made a donation, which is great of them. But COD racism is still as rampant as ever. They did like one ban wave and then unbanned everyone. It's still really, really fucking bad. The report thing disappeared for the communications. Like they're trying to naturally market shit, and it's just not. It's not their forte.
Yeah, no, Raz called that one perfectly as soon as it happened. It was It was
exactly what Howell just said, and that's what I was getting on, and I fucking lost my train of thought.
Go ahead.
If you want to realize how dog shit of a company they are, go look at their earnings posted in Q3 and now Q4, or going into the new one. Bro, it is fucking ridiculous they don't have a proper anti-cheat. They could put fucking $10 million into one. Like they would not be hurting. It is crazy. It is absolutely nutty. But apparently the problem, like, I don't know if you guys know more about this, but apparently the problem is that cheats nowadays, like, they need to be able to invade our computer to stop them from doing terrible shit to us. Like, it's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is that true? Because I don't think Fortnite had that, and I very rarely, if ever, ran into cheaters on Fortnite.
My understanding...
Now, back in the day when I played Call of Duty 4, that's what the anti-cheat was, but that was only for competitive play. You had to download a standalone separate program through the league.
It just looked at your task manager.
No. Yeah, it basically searched your files for anything weird, and they would tell you certain things like, don't have this program on your computer, don't have this because you'll get banned.
Yeah.
Things like that. So I mean,
from my understanding, because yes, so Tanner, I see where you're going. And look, if you're a competitive player, then you're going to let them go through all your files. It's with a program, by the way. It's not like some dickhead is looking through your fucking saved porn for when your internet goes down. Good strategy, exactly. By the way. But that's not, obviously, that's not feasible, and it's a huge invasion of privacy if you're going to do that on the consumer level rather than the competitive level. But from what I understand, what contemporary anti-cheats do in video games now is they look at your accuracy and I think it's like, I don't know exactly, but we have machine learning, algorithmic, ungodly processing power. Like, I remember I played an MMO called Star Wars The Old Republic, and I got this cheat thing where I could move at like whatever speed I wanted to. So I could move at like 800% of like normal movement speed. I did this to get the fleet datacron by myself, which is normally impossible. Doesn't matter.
Nerd.
Super nerd. Because along with the speed thing, you could teleport. Didn't matter. But I did it. I tested so I got the fleet datacron. Easy, no problem. And then I was like, does this movement thing work? Of course it did, by the way. So I went somewhere in an instance where I was alone and then tested it. And I was like, oh shit, it works. And then I woke up the next day and I was banned. Even though no one saw me and no one reported me. That is an example of an anti-cheat system. Now, how did they know I was cheating? They had algorithms that constantly monitor all players. And then when my character moved 200% faster than it is possible to move in the game, the machine learning algorithm system auto-flagged me, auto-banned me, no fucking dev input required. That is how an anti-cheat should work. So in this game, when you land 9 headshots in a row, you miss 0 shots, and the time between all of those kills is like 3 nanoseconds. This is where it gets complicated, because it's possible to do that. It's possible to get lucky and do that. It doesn't happen often, obviously, but it is possible to get lucky and do something like that. But still, there are ways, and I'm not a fucking developer, obviously, but there are ways for algorithmic systems that work within the game rather than within your system to be able to tell whether or not you're aimboating. Walling, walling I think would be a lot more difficult of a cheat to detect without going into the user's files. But aimboating should be relatively simple to detect. And my evidence for this, by the way, even if everything I said was wrong, my evidence for this is that there are many other free-to-play BRs that do not have nearly the cheating problem that this shit game has. So what is Apex doing that the consumers are okay with that works better than Warzone? What is Fortnite doing that the consumers are okay with that Warzone is not doing? I don't know. I assume it's something like I was describing, but I could be wrong, but I don't know. But obviously the Fortnite and Apex player base is fine with the level of privacy invasion, if there is one, that those anti-cheats come with. And they are still far more effective than Warzone anti-cheats are, based on the fact that there are far more cheaters in Warzone than any other fucking BR on the market right now.
The other thing about people complaining that it's invasive, I get it. But if you're typing that out on Twitter, take your iPhone, take your Android, break it in half, smash it with a hammer, and throw it in the trash. Because they know everything you do on that phone. So don't complain about that if you have a cell phone, you stupid bitch. Second of all, like Locap just said in chat, Blizzard has anti-cheat for their games. Why doesn't Activision use theirs? Good question, Locap.
Yeah, even Overwatch. I mean,
It's because
every
it's
game
free to
has
play.
anti-cheat. Every game. It's
Every
2020.
game has a good one.
God,
It's
it
'cause
makes me
it's
so
for
mad.
COD.
Call of Duty has never gone free to play. That's the reason.
I think you're right.
Nobody would cheat before because they're like, ah, fuck, I
Ding
just got
ding ding
banned.
ding ding
Because if I
ding
get
ding ding.
reported,
Yeah, here's another $60. Fuck. In this game, oh shit, okay, I'll make my 12th account because I don't give a fuck. Because I don't have a job, it's COVID, I'm unemployed, I'm a loser, I'm stupid as fuck, I'm trash at gaming, so I'm
an
gonna
internet
cheat.
repair technician.
You guys
I'm a-
saw
yeah.
that recent Dexerto
I work for
thing
Spectrum.
of the fucking streamer playing with his wall hacks on, and everybody
God,
like
yes.
retweeted it and was
Yeah.
like, "Get shit on, kid."
By the way, if you're an internet repair technician, I'm not shitting on you. My internet repair technician had a conversation with me about how he got banned for cheating. That was the illusion. And if you wanted to see a clip of that, feel free to go to my YouTube channel, which I've conveniently linked for you in the Twitch chat, and go to the Dropshot clips section. And the video is titled, "There Was a Hacker in My Room." So I'm not shitting on internet technicians. It's a good way to make a living. But anyways, yes, if every other game can have a working anti-cheat, this game should be able to also. But Tanner, I think you hit the nail on the head. They've never gone free to play, so they've never had the incentive to implement a working anti-cheat, because a reporting system like they have now is enough when you have to buy the game for $60, because people aren't going to risk getting reported and then banned and then pissing away $60. But for a free-to-play game, you need more than that.
Yeah, and so, you know, I've played numerous Call of Duties on PC, and I've came across hackers, but it's never been many. And I feel like when somebody, like when you saw somebody cheating back in the old Call of Duties, they were a low rank. Like they did not last long at all. Because if I'm not mistaken, Call of Duty 4 there was Punk Buster anti-cheat. And there were certain dedicated
Buster.
servers
Yeah.
that you either had that was a Punk Buster server, or you could choose your server to not have anti-cheat on it. Because you could, you know, host your own. Pay to host your own. And so
Valve
some people would
anti-cheat.
have it, some wouldn't, etc. Yeah.
They're so common. I mean, it's just amazing to me. You guys take over if you want to answer chat, continue talking, do whatever you guys want. I'm going to try and wrangle my huge white cock out of my shorts.
I'm gonna take a 5-minute break with you as well.
And then piss into my toilet with it. And
It's
then
almost-
we'll bear it back.
It's almost a 2-hour mark. So what can I
It's
ask
not,
you?
but
It's one.
it's almost, it's not even one, but we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Any drunks in
Yo,
the chat?
sorry. No, I'm looking at this thing at the bottom of your Twitch
You're
stream.
good.
That must be your uptime.
Yeah, Doug,
Yeah,
I have
it's
a
my
question
uptime.
for you once you get back. So once you get back, I'll ask you a
What were
question.
you going to
We'll
ask
start a
me though,
different
Doug,
topic.
before you go?
I was about to say, what's our next topic? What are we moving to?
I think the debate, unless there was something else you wanted to go over.
I'm gonna get shit on.
Oh,
I'm about to
now
get shit on.
Oh, your tune has changed in the last 7 days because you sounded real confident last week.
I'm still confident in what I say, but now you've been prepared. You know,
Oh,
you've been thinking
Oh.
about
I mean,
this.
we
one.
could also just keep
Oh.
doing this, how we're doing things.
stop, Tanner. I've been prepared for this debate for the last 6 months, dude. Nothing has changed in the last 7 days. This game is fucking death. And I've had these notes mentally just filed away with fucking legal precision for 6 months. So, anyways, if you still want to do it, I couldn't be happier, ecstatic to do it. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. We could keep doing this, as Tanner said. But
No, I know we're doing it. We're doing it now.
okay, all right, dude. Well, I'm
Shit
gonna go
on
piss
me.
out of my.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see if I still have my debate team skills.
Any Germans in the chat? All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Piss out of my huge white cock. Doug will be back in a little bit. You mean realistic as in adding guns from the era, sniping with win variables, etc.? I wouldn't count on that, Mateo. Every Black Ops title, like even the ones that took place in like fucking, I don't know, when did BO1 take place? Vietnam?
Vietnam.
They also had
know.
fucking mind control
Black helicopters.
kind of elements, which may be realistic, not that we know of any CIA operatives in the chat. But they did have like mostly weapons from the era and shit. I am a big fan of realism in that respect. Like in Call of Duty World War II, all the guns were World War II guns. I like that. I think that's cool. But realistic in the sense of if you get shot in your femoral artery, you're dead. No, that's not fun. I don't want to get shot in the leg once and then be dead. But that's, hey, welcome to real life. That's what happens in real life. A fucking 50 caliber bullet just penetrated your femur. Yeah, you're dead. You will die. You will die unless you get fucking evac'd out immediately. And if you don't die, you're going to be in rehab for the next 9 months, which I don't want to play in my video game. I don't want to role play as a fucking wounded combat vet at Bethesda, Maryland, in my video game experience. I'm here to shoot things, right? So, no thanks. Hey, no thanks. I don't want to see Bethesda in a video game unless they're developing a new Elder Scrolls. That's a big brain fucking reference, by the way. Read a book. Anyways,
Let's move on.
it's surreal that you read my name. Y'all should consider yourselves famous from now on. Tanner, on the other hand, get shit on. Y'all are great. Yeah, absolutely shit on.
That was fucking rough.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
super rough. One in the
Get
chamber.
banned.
To 500 biddies, let's fucking go. One in the chamber, I appreciate it. Brother, I'm honored, humbled, and of course, privileged, sirs. Anyways, Douglas, any news on zombies for COD 2020?
I heard you guys saying somebody had been asking about that. The only thing I have is that we have a zombie round changing in Warzone right now, and that zombies is confirmed. We confirmed that with the Red Door leaks. It's definitely happening. I can't tell you shit about it though. I do know that TGR always talks about that this game was supposed to have zombies, and like a zombie juggernaut boss was apparently in the coding, but they scrapped it. So
Interesting.
and they had that one developer tweet on his Instagram recently that like his I don't even know what the fuck to call it. His concept art for zombies, and had like droids walking with zombies on chains, like Michonne from The Walking Dead. It's a really dope picture.
Yeah,
That was some good concept art.
That was cool. Yeah, we did see that. I remember seeing that.
So zombies are definitely coming. So I heard not Tanner, but Raz say that he doesn't like zombies. That's because his opinion is absolute dog shit.
Ooh,
Zombies
okay.
is fun.
Okay. All right. Well,
Zombies is great to play with your buddies. Just chill and have a good night.
listen.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, listen. I've talked about this before. I think zombies is actually cool. And I'm not being insulting or condescending when I say this. I mean this in the nicest way possible. Zombies is cool if you're 15. And I'm not trying to be an asshole or say it's for little kids, but it is for little kids. I mean, back in the day, I played zombies when I was 15 because it was fun to play when I was 15. But I'm an adult now. My balls have dropped. I have 950 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone running through my veins. I'm here to compete. I'm not here to play against a computer. So I don't like zombies myself, but I respect it as a game mode for the children in the chat. So if you like zombies,
Respect.
cool.
He just called you all children.
Cool. Yes, I did actually. Dude, if Tanner and I are online and we have the option to play fucking Six's Dom or zombies, Tanner, what you got? What are you picking?
You think this is an easy answer, but it's not. Like if we're
it's
on
an
a
easy answer.
No. If it's a Saturday night and we're drinking and we're having fun, I'm gonna say, dude, let's fucking play some zombies. The chat would love that, I think.
It's a vibe thing,
They
bro.
would
It's
love
whatever vibe you're on that
It's
night.
a vibe,
It's not
no cap.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's chilling.
It's chilling.
No cap.
We
No,
chilling,
it's your
no cap,
energy.
it's a
Like
doozy.
that shit is fun to chill with and just get drunk with your buddies. Like when you're playing multiplayer or fucking Warzone, you're sweating your dick off.
Okay.
Go have fun playing your domination while I'm chilling with my boys, talking shit, shooting zombies.
Let me ask a follow-up question. Tanner, I'll ask both of you. We'll start with Tanner. Tanner, how often have you played a party mode game in Modern Warfare? How many lobbies of
In Modern Warfare, never.
party mode games? 0. Wow. So you're paying lip service to the idea of I like to play bullshit game modes when I'm drunk just to have fun, which is what party modes exist for. Yet, oops, you've never played a party mode once. So
Okay.
explain that.
Zombies would
explain
never.
it.
Zombies is not a fucking party mode, Raz. You can't hand somebody a controller and tell them to play zombies who doesn't play shooters. They'll fucking die in the second round. That's no
Well,
fun.
it's better dying in that than multiplayer and destroying your KD.
There we
No,
go.
party mode doesn't count
okay,
for KD.
listen.
So get shit on.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tanner.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In Black Ops 4, how many times did I mention to you we should play zombies? A ton. I always wanted to play
not
that
a ton.
game.
Definitely not a ton.
Yeah, because I stopped asking because he always yelled at me and harassed me. Any harassers?
He's a
I'm
fucking
sure.
bully,
Don't
Chat.
pull
He's
the
a har-
victim card,
dude,
you fucking
He
cunt.
harasses me.
He's so mean to me when I ask to play zombies. Yeah, you're such a cunt.
He's such a bitch. For a liberal white Californian elite, he is such an asshole.
Well, that's what elitists
You're
do.
supposed to be sensitive, you bitch.
True.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I don't ascribe to my California ethos in that way. Okay. Anyways, zombies is for children. Case closed.
So I have one last small topic I want to ask Doug about.
Okay.
And I haven't seen him talk about it, and I haven't seen anyone talk about it. But so we got all those short video clips. What was that? 3 days in a row from different Twitch streamers, or they're all Twitch streamers, I think. So we got 3 days in a row, and now we've got nothing in what? 2 days? 3 days? Doesn't make sense to me, right? Why would we get 3 in a row and then just none for a few days all of a sudden? Like,
Weird.
I don't.
Good
It's,
question.
I guess it's just bullshit marketing as usual by Activision. Do you have any thoughts on that, Douglas?
Dog shit company.
Just a dog shit company, yeah.
You know what? I really do think it's a marketing ploy, and it may really be working well for them. I don't know.
It's
Based
not,
on what
'cause I
I've
haven't seen anyone talking about it. Like I said, if I saw people talking about it, if they were sending clips every day, that'd be great. I don't get it.
That's my thought process right now. There's a lot more people talking about it than you think already, which is kind of crazy to me because I also thought it was dog shit marketing, but it's really working well for them. And not only that, but I think what they're doing right now is some advanced marketing type shit to where either they sent it to Courage, like I tweeted about, and he wasn't home to get it for that Friday.
But wouldn't he
and
released
they
it by
just-
now?
No, I mean, yes, that's what you would think, but okay, if it got sent to him, I think what that's the advanced marketing I'm talking about. I think they would rather let the community and people who haven't heard about it process it over the weekend and see the Google searches and see all these big YouTube videos and shit, and then come back to it on Monday. That's what I'm thinking is going on right now, because I thought, if Courage missed it yesterday, I expected something today. But, dog shit company doesn't know how to market well, decides to let leak accounts market their game for them. So, like me,
Yeah.
they might as well fucking hire me.
Actually.
Yeah.
Well, don't hold your breath. Yeah. Fair though.
Not going to,
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, but I mean, you do raise a very good point there. Interesting. Doug, we have breaking news from Live Action Trav. Prototype Warehouse YouTube just got terminated by Activision.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Pretty nuts.
I'm constantly in touch with them, and they help me. They give me info. Good guys, in my opinion. I've heard different opinions, but that's okay. I feel like I sound like Trump right now. I need to really work on the way I talk.
Terrific
My
guy,
cadence.
great guy, terrific
Terrific
guy.
guy. He's a good guy. He's one of the best
You are
guys
fake
I've ever
news.
talked to.
Terrific
You are
guys in
fake news.
Activision, terrific guys in the leaker community. Prototype, great guy, awesome guy, love him. He's got
But I've given
real
advice
smart guy.
to just a couple of people who I've seen come up in the leaks thing, because like I said before, everyone can eat. But it's honestly kind of a bitch what we have to do, because my Twitter account got suspended when we were at like 13K, and since then I've had to be super careful because I know they can do whatever they want. I haven't seen any of his tweets DMCA'd before, but he has not he, but the Proto Warehouse has been sharing direct game file images and like shit that clearly you have to data mine to get to, and they're the source for this info. And they also make YouTube videos on it. So I could definitely see their account, instead of getting a warning, just getting a straight fucking you're gone. Like, we watched your video, we see what you're doing, like you're gone. And I mean, I feel like I think I've warned him about it, but I've warned like Geeky Pastimes, he's popped up too, like he's a good dude. He does the same thing, and I had to let him know like probably like a month or two ago, like, yo, you've got to stop posting direct image files, because the way Activision tried to get me off Twitter was, instead of DMCAing like a tweet at a time, you know what I'm saying? I just got hit with like 12 of them, like all at once. So Twitter naturally suspended me and made me go through this re-verification process like for like 30 minutes. And this was on Warzone launch day. I was so fucking mad. This was at 1 o'clock when it launched. Like it was rough. It was rough. So if they really want you gone, you'll be gone. They must not really want me gone.
That's what I was going to ask you, is like, do you
They
think
fucking hate me, but they might realize that like I drum up hype.
that's exactly what I was going to say. How confident are you in that theory that you're not?
Because they DMCA every single thing they can from
That's
me.
true,
But since I have a website now, ding, 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 smart man decided to create a business based on this.
True.
They cannot, and TGR's having a hard time with this right now, is that they can't just fucking come on my website and take it down. They can't do that. I own this. Yeah. I made this. Yeah. Like, you can't do that. They have to go through a legal procedure. And I haven't done anything that's like over the limits, you know? Like, they can ask me to take images down of their copyrighted work, such as the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War logo. Yes, I may have to crop that out of that Doritos logo on the article. But when you see people like Charlie, and I just want Chad, I want you to know this. I want you to know how selective they are about who they DMCA. Because TGR's gotten one on his last 4 videos just talking about leaks, not showing shit. I don't know how they're doing it. And his review got denied on YouTube, like of the review for the DMCA. This is how this man makes money, bro. This is his lifeline. Like, not lifeline, but this is what he does. And they're falsely copyright striking his shit. And YouTube's going along with it. So the fact that we have modernwarzone.com and we can post shit there, and if they want me to take it down, the Red Door leaks, like the biggest leak so far about the alpha that everybody reports on now, that shit, they made us take one thing down off the article, and I got a 3-page email from lawyers about it. And all it was take down. At the end of the article, it was like, we demand that you take down this copyrighted material. And it was legitimately just the fucking thumbnail that we used for the article, which was off of the public domain website where we found the picture. So they try to be very, very scary. They try to be. But at this point, do you guys really not think Doug Dagnabbit would have gotten sued? Like, I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm not trying to hurt their brand. I may talk shit about them, but guess what I'm promoting? Guess what people follow me for?
Yeah.
Their fucking brand.
Exactly. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. All right, so are you boys ready to skip on over here?
We can. It's already fucking midnight. How long were you planning on debating me? Because I think you might shit on me fast, but I might shit on you fast too. Because we'll probably stalemate, because I love to debate. You seem a lot like me.
I mean, we could just go till we could just call it a stopping point at some point.
We can just
I want this to be a 3-way open mic debate.
Yeah.
If we do it.
Yeah. I mean, we could
wrap now. It doesn't have to be an
want.
hour debate. Yeah. We can
just go over it real quick. I want Tanner to start. Tanner, I want to hear your pros and cons.
I'm not as vocal as you two. Mostly as Razadon. I don't care. I play the game. I think it's okay. It's fine. At the end of the day, I still have fun. It's a shit game, and I complain about it a lot. But I'm still having more fun than any other game. That's what I usually come to. So I would rather see you two start it off, and I want to hear you two bitch and complain about it.
Well, okay.
I don't have the Google Doc anymore, so I'll let Raz go over. I added the points to the Google Doc.
Yeah, I'll
Link
show
it to
them.
me in the Discord.
So first of I'll link you the.
So by the way, he's had a whole week to go over my original points that we were going to
He
debate on.
hasn't
And
even
playing
looked
this
at
shit
it or
on
thought
me.
about it, believe me.
Dude,
Like he's saying,
He did.
has
He looked at it that day.
we have this 3 or 4 day podcast extravaganza planned for the end of this game. He's got plenty of things in mind already long before that.
I did not click one link here.
I'm gonna get my drink.
Yeah. There's nothing prepared. You'll notice on the Google Doc, by the way, no notes from me. Now, I could have made notes somewhere else. I didn't, but you just have to trust me on that. I don't need notes. I've been taught, and you've been listening to the podcast. You already know where I stand on this issue. I fucking hate this game. I hate it so much, so deeply and passionately, and I've talked about it so much that there's no amount of note taking I need to do to level this concern.
It's okay though, because your favorite games of the COD series lately is dog shit. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So you think World War II is ass?
yes.
Okay. But yeah. So your first chart here. So I wrote down in my document, MW 2019 is dog shit. Change my mind. And then Doug said, here's how I'm changing your mind. First chart. So let me open this up.
We're not gonna be able to fucking see it.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to see it, but I'll
Oh, this is bad. That sucks.
This is what we have here. Well, it's making me make an account. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is bad. You can skip it. It's okay.
Well,
It's
no, that's
basically just
fine.
a sales doc.
Basically, Call of Duty games with the most unit sales as of October 2019. This is the best-selling Call of Duty in a given time frame of all time. Is that roughly correct, Doug?
Yes.
Okay, so what is your point?
My point is that you say this is like one of the worst Call of Duty games ever, yet it's the
True.
best selling ever, even before Warzone,
True.
which is a very big point. And that like I think that I listen to you a lot, Raz. I listen to the podcast. You don't give a fuck about anything but multiplayer.
True.
Your opinion is just
True.
a tiny bit irrelevant when it comes to stuff like campaign, because campaign is honestly one of the best Call of Duty campaigns I've ever played. I really, really enjoyed it, like from top to bottom, and I recommended it to my fucking 60-year-old dad, and he really fucking enjoyed it. Like, it's just a good game, bro, and it brought so many people back that I've talked to for so long to Call of Duty. When everybody has this opinion that Ghost wasn't that bad. When I talked to anybody in person about that game, I was at a get together recently. Social distancing, everyone's wearing masks. Everyone agreed Call of Duty Ghost was dog shit. Made them stop playing Call of Duty. They didn't come back until this Call of Duty. It's the appeal this game has, and if you game as much as fucking nerds like us do, of course you're gonna have a fucking problem with it. How many hours do you have on this game?
A lot.
Ooh.
I don't know how many, but a lot. Too many. Let's go with that. A lot.
Well, that's
yeah.
a good fucking point. All
Yeah.
games get repetitive, and any game that I've loved as
True.
a gamer,
Sure.
that I've played to an extensive point like that, I end up having a very much more hate relationship with. Like, it still has a special place because you play the fuck out of it, but it's not as special because it fucking pisses you off, and every time you sit down and don't perform at peak performance because you have fucking 1,000 hours on the game, you feel like shit.
Okay. So I'm gonna draw an analogy here, and I think you'll be able to conclude what I mean. So, have you ever heard the song Baby Shark before?
Yes.
Baby shark doot 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 doot. Baby shark doot 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 doot. Okay, so what is your opinion on that song?
Yeah.
It makes me want to fucking kill myself.
Okay, in game of
In-game.
course. In game of
In-game.
course. Okay, yeah, great,
In-game.
great. So not a great song, right?
Yeah.
Not a great song.
No, it is. It's a great song for its purpose.
Okay, okay, I'll take that. So not a great song. It makes you want to kill yourself in game, of course. But it has its purpose. Sure, great. So so we look at YouTube, the second largest search engine on planet Earth. The first largest search engine being Google, which YouTube owns, by the way. Or Google owns YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say, what?
So Baby Shark, the song that you just said makes you want to kill yourself in game, of course, has 5.67 billion views on YouTube. What does that mean? Pretty fucking popular. Pretty popular song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is your favorite song of all time? Any song. Tell me your favorite song of all time.
This comparison is dog shit because you don't have to pay to watch a YouTube video.
Sure. That is fair. So, for example, one of my favorite songs of all time that is relatively mainstream is the seminal classic Black Sabbath track called War Pigs. War Pigs is an amazing song. And if you disagree with that, unsubscribe from this podcast. War Pigs on the official Black Sabbath YouTube page has 5 million views. Now, if we compare 5 million to 5 billion, that's a factor of 1,000, I think. You can check my math on that. So, do we think that Baby Shark is 1,000 times better than War Pigs? I would certainly hope not. I would certainly hope not. Now you
really
could say,
really am praying for you, bro. I'm praying this isn't what you got for me.
Well, you could say,
Damn.
you could say, sure, you don't have to. First, I'll meet you where you stand. But before that, you could say you don't have to pay to listen to watch a YouTube video. Fair, that's great. But still, Baby Shark is a more popular song than War Pigs. That doesn't mean it's better. Now, and you're nodding your head, so you agree. Great. What is your favorite Call of Duty game of all time?
Modern Warfare 2.
Okay, but MW 2019, Doug, sold more units.
They're close to me. They really are close. They're closer than you think, for sure. In my personal opinion of Call of Duties that I've enjoyed and that brought me joy, this one, I fucking raged at MW2 as well, so.
Okay. But if MW2 is a better game, why didn't it sell more than MW 2019?
You're talking about different eras of gaming, and that's one of the fallacies in your analogy, is that you're comparing music from the 1980s
70s.
to music that just 70s, excuse me, even older. So that adds to my point. To music that came out and was published on YouTube at the same time it was added for children.
I could have picked a better example. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But the fact that this game sold more copies than any other Call of Duty title, there are a number of other variables at play here. Number one, this is the first game with crossplay. Number two, this is the first game with a free-to-play BR, which drove a huge amount of sales. Now, your point that you've added to the document, which is a fair point, is that these statistics are pre-Warzone. So that is a good point. But it is still the first game with crossplay. It was launched with crossplay. It was also marketed as like a return to like COD 4, which was the most popular Call of Duty title. Maybe not the most popular, probably wasn't, but the most
game changing. That's what you mean.
Yeah, the most seminal, kind of impactful, certainly the most popular franchise, especially COD 4 and MW2. So when your point is like it sold the most, which is evidence of the fact that the game isn't dog shit, I just don't see the correlation.
I didn't realize you were asleep right there.
At all. I just
Sorry
don't,
about that.
No, you're good.
I'm still listening.
I know. That's why I kept talking. I just don't see the correlation there at all. Because even if we're not going to use YouTube videos, and perhaps I should have done notes to do this justice, there are games that have sold more than MW 2019 that we would agree are terrible games. So it's like to conflate number of copies sold with quality of the game is just a false correlation. It is mistaking causation for correlation.
I think there's some causation there though that you're not giving credit to, because when it's compared to Black Ops 4 numbers, they're in the same era. They both came out with battle royales. There's crossplay, and then Warzone is free, and Blackout is not free. So I get what you're saying.
And BO4 didn't have crossplay, yeah.
Did not have crossplay, yes, but it doesn't account for 50 million people. Like you guys have said, PC gamers that I talk to say this all the time. If there was no crossplay, PC would have died already. So you guys think you account for such a huge portion of the number, but you don't. That's why these top streamers who stream through their PCs and play on controller,
that's not what I mean.
Play each other all the time.
The selling point of crossplay is not to entice PC players. It is to entice. So if you have an Xbox and your friend has a PS5, you might not buy the next Call of Duty because your friend has a PS5. But now that this game is crossplay, you'll both buy it instead of neither of you buying it.
What I'm saying is those numbers aren't as inflated as you would believe. If it was just Xbox and PlayStation, it still would have fucking broken the record for sales by far. Because
it's a good game?
I'm not saying it's an amazing game. I'm just saying it's not dog shit. It's a great return to the roots. It's the first game you've played probably I don't know when the last COD engine was. I think it's been running on the same shit because there's legacy code on this game from COD 1. So I genuinely am excited and happy about this new engine. I enjoy most of the mechanics from it. They need to work on map design, yes, but this game had a lot of good, like a lot of good. Multiplayer is not that bad on certain game modes. Some game modes are dog shit. You know what I'll say about multiplayer? It seems like the whole fucking thing was designed for search.
So multiplayer is also absolutely dead, by the way. I tried playing it earlier. I tried playing 10s. It wouldn't fill a lobby more than 15 people. 15 out of 20. It could not find anyone.
That's really weird. I just played Ground War
on a Saturday afternoon, by the way.
I mean, that's in parts of skill-based matchmaking as well.
That's the biggest point, I think.
No, that's a huge issue, but at that point, you're going into publisher versus developer territory.
I agree.
Yeah,
that is fucking
Activision's yeah, we're not. Fault. Yeah, no, that's absolutely Activision.
No developer would ever want to add that into their game. So don't shit on Infinity Ward for it. They have to listen to their boss.
Trust me, I don't. I shit on Infinity Ward for a lot of things, but not skill-based matchmaking.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. I'll give you this, Raz. And nobody mentions this, but this game has a terrible mechanic that most third-person shooters have, and it is right side peek advantage, and it is fucking horrendous.
That's terrible too. Yeah.
And it speaks to the issues that they have with netcode as well. And I do agree there's a lot of dog shit things about this game, but coming from somebody who's not as competitive and top tier as us, I would say if you're a normal person who has like a 0.8 to a 1.2 KD, that's the average. If you're one of those people, this was a very enjoyable Call of Duty for you.
I actually might not disagree with that. Before we continue, real quick, Vaping Viking with the 5,252 biddies. Let's fucking go. Viking, welcome. Brother.
Welcome,
honored,
brother.
Humbled, and of course privileged that you could be here. I hope you're enjoying this very spirited discussion about...
We love to see you vaping. You're
I like
awesome.
the Beatles and Tanner's mustache. Well, one of those things I find very objectionable. You can decide which I'm referring to.
Garbage shit, dude.
So here's where I will perhaps agree with you where you may not have expected me to. I don't know the average. If you have a 1.0 KD and you play multiplayer, I don't know what your experience is like. I don't know. Like I've never been in a 1.0 KD lobby.
I have something to share with
I
you, and I'm
probably
going
have
to.
actually.
And you're gonna see it, and you're gonna shit your pants at what
Okay.
a 0.7 KD lobby looks like.
In that video,
It's fucking yeah. You saw that
I've
when I
seen it,
commented
actually.
on, dude.
Yeah.
It's
We saw that
so
earlier,
bad,
yeah.
dude. It's so bad.
the one
I've
on
seen
Shipman, right?
Yeah, I've seen
Yes,
that.
dude. You could
It's-
literally have ran around there and assassinated the whole team.
I find that hard to believe that wasn't literal bots playing against you on.
That's what it looked
Recruit
like. But
difficulty.
I've watched my dad play fucking video games, bro. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's
Fucking
just
crazy.
That's what it looks like. I've seen my wife try to play video games too, and she's always down to play if like that's what it looks like. Like we're
So
just so
crazy.
used to being on top. Like video gaming has gone so far so fast that like us three used to be top tier gamers, and now you have professionals, and right below them you have streamers who play 8 to 12 hours of video games a day, and us three are below them a little bit by about this much. But I've played with some of those pros on stream, and I swear to fucking God, bro, I've never seen anything like them. They fucking are 1,000 miles an hour pushing everything all the fucking time. So skill-based matchmaking is kind of required. There's a reason that I played Fortnite in the beginning and I didn't play Fortnite in the end, is because every single game, if I felt like I was having a good game, no matter what, at least with 50 players left, I run into a kid cranking 90s. Cranking them. And that's just not... Bro, you should be playing against people close to your level at some point. At some point. That's how tournaments are ran. That's competition. If you enjoy competition, why does it make you mad to play sweats?
Here's why it makes me mad, Doug. If you want to have a competitive game...
Ranked. Yes, you're right.
Yes, exactly. That's not... Pub matches is not the place for skill-based matchmaking. Period. And by the way, as you said, most players are between 0.8 and 1.2. Technically, most players are 1.0, dead even. But that's exactly what you said, basically. So if you go into a lobby as an average player, most of the players in your lobby will be average. That is statistics. That is how that works. So skill-based matchmaking doesn't help shit tier players. All it does is harm good players because it makes us all play against each other, and we can't use any other weapon than an MP5 or a fucking growl.
Terrible
And it is
reference.
exhausting and boring.
Terrible reference.
I can't fucking run around and use a Bison. I can't use a Mark II. I can't use anything except an MP5 or a fucking growl, or I'm going to get just shit on because everyone's just as good as I am. And if they're using a meta weapon and I'm not, they're going to win 100% of gunfights. So skill-based matchmaking has no place for pubs. I understand the theory behind it, like, oh, we want to protect the new frogs, but every lobby is going to have mostly new frogs because that's how statistics works. Most people are average. So if you're an average player, most of your lobbies will be filled with mostly average people. By definition. Literally by definition. So all skill-based matchmaking does is it harms good players. It doesn't help bad players. I think
definitely helps bad players.
No way. No way.
No way.
No, of course not. Because either way, your lobby is going to be filled with average players. If you're an average player and there's no skill-based matchmaking, your lobby will be filled with average players because most players are average. That is what average means. That is the definition of average.
Skilled. You said lower skilled.
Well, lower than us, I mean.
Average is lower skilled.
Average is lower skilled than you and I and Tanner are.
I'm talking about the real lower skilled players. SBMM helps them the most. That's what it's there for. The super casual trash kids.
Yeah, but how are they going to get better? That's the thing.
It's not even about them getting better. It's about them having fun.
Right, but you'll have more fun if you do better. And if you're a 0.5 person and everyone is 0.5 in your lobby, you might not get shit on as hard, but you're not going to do well because everyone is as good as you are because you're all terrible. But you're never going to learn anything and you're never going to improve your skill, and you're never going to do better. Because if I'm in a lobby full of 0.5 KD players, I can get away with things that are just absurd that I could never do in my own lobby. Like if I'm in a lobby, if it's me and a bunch of an 11.5 Andes, I could play with a fucking knife and get a nuke and just clown on kids and do dumb shit, wide peek everything, hip fire all the time. And if that was the only thing I was exposed to, then I would never learn how to play against a good player if I were to ever meet one. So you might be right that it helps really dog shit players be protected, but then you're just never going to get better. And by the way, if you're a 0.5 Andy in a lobby with all 0.5 Andys, you're never going to have a great game because everyone's just as skilled as you are. So even though you're trash and everyone else is trash, you're still trash. So you're still going to do average, and that's not fun. What's fun for everyone is doing really well. And if you eliminate the opportunity to get better, then you also eliminate the opportunity for that 0.5 Andy to ever do really well in the future because you're not learning how to do really well.
My argument would be is that skill-based matchmaking is not as tight as you're referencing it right now. It's not nearly that tight. If you're in that very lower bracket, you play people between 0.3 to like 0.7. If you're like a 0.5er, it's like a 0.2 difference based on what Exclusive and Drifter and all those guys have posted before.
Okay.
And second of all is that it definitely helps you get better, bro. I know for a fact from playing with those guys who are better than me recently, and like coming from a competitive standpoint in real life as an athlete, I get better at sports playing with people better than me. So I definitely get your reference.
Yes.
Like I have to learn from them. But there comes a point to where you realize that you can't keep up with them even if you're learning what you're supposed to be. That you just don't have what they have. And at some point, you reach that spot. And it doesn't matter. And these people with like a 0.5 KD, even if everybody in their room is a 0.5 KD, they're having a 10 times more enjoyable time than if SBMM was turned off and there's one of fucking me or you in their lobby doing everything you said you'd be doing. You'd be embarrassing them. There's nothing fun about playing a game when you know there's one guy on the other team who's just absolutely fucking shitting on your face every time you see him. And that's just a fact. I mean, I if I was terrible at video games, I'd be begging for this shit to stay around. I'd absolutely beg for it. Because I know I was mediocre at Fortnite, and the main thing that pushed me away was that there wasn't. You know, I'm not a huge fan of SBMM. It needs to be tuned perfectly. And that's the issue. It needs to be tuned perfectly. Right now, the issue they're facing is it goes from like a 0.3 to like a 0.7, and then from like a 0.7 to like a 1.1, and then 1.2 to 1.8, and then all the fucking top dogs. And those guys have 6 KDs to 5 KDs in Warzone have to play each other. And those streamers play each other and end up killing each other way more than anything I've ever seen in a game as massive as this. Mm-hmm. So it gets too strict at the high levels, and it needs to be stricter at the lower levels, in my opinion. Put the 0.33 fucking scrubs all together. Put the 0.44 scrubs all together. When you get above a 1.5 KD, that's when you get to the point, Raz, where you're talking about you learn from playing against better. If you're just learning how to dribble a basketball, you're not going to learn shit from going to play at your local court. You're just going to get your ass kicked all fucking day, and it's not fun. You got to at least have some training wheels to go off of.
Okay, fair. But first of all, if you are a 0.5 Andy and there's no skill-based matchmaking, most of your lobbies are not going to have anyone who is very good at the game shitting on them. It's not like every lobby is going to have people just fucking dunking on them. That's not how averages work. I mean, if there's no skill-based matchmaking, I mean, it depends on the playlist, of course, and how big the teams are. But most of the time, the highest KD in there is going to be 1.2. I mean, this is how averages work. So let's say we're playing sixes, 12 people in the lobby. If you take a random sample of 12 people, you're not going to have that wide of a skill differential between the lowest and highest KD, usually, statistically. Now, if there's no skill-based matchmaking, occasionally the 0.5 Andy is going to be in Tanner's lobby, and he's not going to have a great time. But also, Tanner might be on his team, and then he's going to do fine, because he's going to have all the streaks on his team. But most of the time, it's going to be the 0.5 Andy and a bunch of other 1.0 kids around there. And I don't think that skill differential is so massive where it would be like me playing at a fucking Lakers exhibition, like scrimmage practice game. Because I agree with you. If I went to
you misrepresent that.
Go ahead.
I think you misrepresent that just a little bit, though, because if you go in a 0.5 lobby and you have a guy who has a 1.3 KD, he is legitimately going to ruin half of the other team's time. Even if there's one on each team, they're both going to. Yeah, but they're going to be separately ruining multiple people's times. It either needs to be tight at the bottom and keep all the trash together in a tight-knit circle until they move forward, or the real solution is the ranked mode. I mean, we all know that. It's just, I don't know why they haven't done it. And there are leaks coming forward of data mine shit about COD esports and COD 2020 already. So they should be looking at ranked modes for sure. It's fucking stupid that they looked at all the success Fortnite has had from in-game tournaments that you can sign up for and play in a ranked mode, and they did not implement it in some way where there's a cash prize. We have gunfight tournaments. I feel like that's their beta to that's why it's still in beta to see how they can run tournaments in their game.
Interesting.
And currently it's dog shit.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I don't know. So you're saying, again, like if you're a 0.5 Andy, most people aren't going to be as bad as you. If there's no skill-based matchmaking and you're a 0.5 Andy, you're probably the lowest KD player in the lobby, which means all of your teammates are better than you and will help you. And every time a 0.5 Andy comes across the best player on the other team, let's say he has a 1.3, yeah, he's going to get shit on every time in that 1v1. But it's not like COD 6s is a series of 1v1s. In fact, it is almost, I shouldn't say almost never, it is not often that way. The 0.5 Andy will team shoot, stay with the team, or not. They don't know what they're doing, obviously. But like, it's not like a 1.3 person ruins the average lobby. That is not true. And you've played every other Call of Duty besides this one, and you know that's true. You're usually, so in every other MW, or in every other Call of Duty besides this one,
I'm shitting on kids.
How often were you the best player in the lobby?
All the time.
Okay. So if you weren't in that lobby, who would become the best player? Someone with a 1.2.
My issue is I still don't have that problem on this game. The biggest SBMM issue I see is in Warzone. It really is. Like when I play multiplayer, like I meet people who are just as good as me, but I also usually end up top of leaderboard still. Like it kind of like I enjoy the competitive nature of it. Like I want to hear like Tanner's thoughts on it, because this is like one of the biggest debates about it. And really, SBMM is good and it's bad. Like it's not a black or white issue. It just has to be done right. And this is not doing it right. I agree with you. This is terrible.
Tanner, how was your afternoon?
Yeah. This is funny. So I think skill-based matchmaking is actually,
by the way, Tanner, what's your lifetime KD? And you got Damascus, which ruins your KD. So what's your lifetime KD in multiplayer?
It's like 2.13 or something, I think, right now.
So
top
99.2nd percentile, by the way. Go on.
I think that multiplayer skill-based matchmaking is way worse than Warzone skill-based matchmaking. I mean, first of all, Warzone, there's way more players. So I don't think it takes as much into effect. So I tried earlier, everyone in our Discord, join the fucking Discord. Today was talking about the Bruin again, as everyone does every day. And as I've always said, don't care, not gonna get it, don't fucking care. today I decided, you know what? Maybe I'll try to get it. I'll work on it before the podcast. So I hopped on. I did shoot the ship. I set up a SA-87 class with a thermal and smoke grenades. And after 5 lobbies, I rage quit every single one of them. It is not possible to play one single game if I'm not using a meta weapon. I'm not kidding. Every single lobby, I mean, the people I'm going against, 90% of them have Damascus. They're all running around with 10mm MP5 setups with fucking phase jerseys on, jumping, sliding around corners, destroying me as I'm sitting in a smoke trying to get kills with the SA-87. So for me, it ruined my afternoon. It made me furious because it's just like the most of the time I do hop on and I play with a good weapon because that's what's fun. But if I don't want to do that and I need to do something like go for Damascus or work on a weapon unlock, I literally can't do that without playing like 5 games and just getting shit on before I get placed in a lower lobby. I mean, I rage quit every single game within probably 4 minutes at the absolute most. One game I rage quit within 2 minutes. I mean, it was all MP5. It was all Damascus MP5s. Fucking fire, flaming fire shotguns, fouls. Just everything.
I totally agree with your point, Tanner. I totally do. But the issue that I keep like trying to point to is that it's not tight in the bottom. The bottom is a big fucking group, and the top is a tight group like this.
Well,
like
if it's such a big group in the bottom, that kind of defeats your point about these lower tier players should really like skill-based matchmaking. Because a 0.9 player is going to shit on a 0.3 player just as hard as a 1.8 player is going to shit on a 0.3 player. So what you're saying is, if it's so loose at the bottom, it's not helping them anyway. Therefore, get rid of it, right?
No, it helps them because you watched that video, right?
Yes. Yeah.
There was one guy in that lobby who was clearly above everybody else in that lobby. I don't know how he got in there, but I'm just letting you know, bro. That's what some of those lobbies look like. I went to my dad's and hopped on his, and it was fucking like that. And I was like, what?
The thing is with me too is at the end of the day, I would 10 out of 10 times take a ping-based lobby, connection-based lobby over a skill-based lobby.
Especially absolutely made this point, and it's such a great point.
I know. I was gonna. Yes, no. He put it in the chat. He was talking about it. That was my next part of it too.
Tanner, I mean, it's especially prevalent in Warzone. Like, there's a lot of people playing this game. Warzone has large lobbies, but still, like the amount of lobbies in Warzone I have to play that are 70 plus ping. It's not that bad in multiplayer, but in Warzone, when it takes, 8-9 bolts to kill somebody, me having 70 or 80 ping versus somebody else with 15 that I'm shooting against, that's horrendous. And in multiplayer, never, ever, ever should I have over 50 ping at the absolute most.
That is terrible.
And
that is
there's
terrible.
A bunch of times I have 70 or 80 ping. And it used to be 70 was pretty average back in, the old PC gaming days, but that's not the case anymore. So many people play, and with cross-platform and everything.
Everyone
like the amount of lobbies with
ping.
high ping. Yeah, the amount of lobbies I get put in with high ping is fucking ridiculous. And there's absolutely a difference between 70 ping and fucking 15, 20 ping. And if you don't think that's true, you're a dumb shit. It's as simple as that. You also probably don't see the difference in 60 frames per second and 200 frames per second.
That makes a good point to what I was going to say. I think we all have predispositions based on biases before we had this debate, because I've been a console player my whole life. I can tell you straight up right now, the SBMM, without playing with a PC player in my lobby, is not as obvious. It really is not as obvious. Since I've played on PC, bro, I'm telling you, it is. I'm going against fucking gods every game. And it's okay. Like, I'm okay with it because like you guys pointed, somebody said it in the chat. Let me see if I can point it out. They said something about a third and a third and a third, and they were dead fucking on.
While you look for that, another problem with skill-based matchmaking, it's very gameable. So if you're a 0.3 Andy and then you find yourself in a Korean Savage YouTube video, boy, you're not going to have a fun time. You'd rather see Korean Savage. If you're a 0.5 Andy, you'd rather see Korean Savage on the other team in a non-SBMM game than an SBMM game. because in a non-SBMM game, you're going to have average players. They're all better than you if you're a 0.5 Andy. That can actually help you kind of deal with this guy who's good at the game versus a skill-based lobby where everyone's 0.5 except the guy who's gaming skill-based matchmaking, Korean Savage, for his YouTube montage where he gets a no attachment Akimbo's Deagle triple nuke on fucking Shoot the Ship because he gamed the system and just destroys everyone.
Any reverse boosters in the chat?
Any reverse
boosters in the chat?
Now, I will concede that's not that big of a deal because most people aren't pieces of shit who game skill-based matchmaking. It's not worth the effort. So, fair. But still, it is gameable. And if it does get gamed, your lobby is ruined.
I just think that you've realized tonight that the argument's a lot deeper than you thought it was. Like, there's a lot involved with this shit. SBM, okay, so most of your arguments against SBMM is the fact that it is done terribly in this fucking video game.
What would constitute SBMM
your
done
argument?
well?
Your argument right there is just saying that if you're on a 0.5 team with everybody on your team with a 0.5 and the other team gets the 1.2 Andy, that you're fucked. Well, if SBMM was done right, that would never fucking happen.
But what about the connection issue?
The connection issue is a huge one, and I definitely agree with that.
But how is that
Connection is
fixable?
priority. Connection is priority over SBMM. You should have a wide range, and you should be able to have that. I don't know. I'm not a fucking dev.
No, but what I'm
not
saying
a
is
dev.
there are only so many people who are between a 0.3 and 0.4 KD queuing for Shoot the Ship at 9:21 and 30 seconds PM who also have 30 ping or less and are in that range close to each other such that they could all have the same connection.
I think at that point,
even
you're
with
still
crossplay-
benefiting. Yeah, keep going.
Even with crossplay, you're not going to be able, you can't have strict skill-based matchmaking like you're advocating for and good connections. You have to pick one. Even with crossplay, there are only so many people who are in a tight, narrow band of skill-based matchmaking that are queuing for your exact playlist at that exact time, who are also so close to you that you all have within 20 milliseconds of the same ping. Even with crossplay, you can't set the skill-based parameters too strictly if you want to prioritize connection. So you have to pick one.
Yeah, I agree. You have to pick one, and that's part of the reason why this Call of Duty's skill-based matchmaking is dog shit.
But
They
if you
didn't
pick
one.
connection, then the net is going to be too wide for what you're advocating for. You're saying
That's okay.
But you
It's okay.
just said that skill-based matchmaking at the lower end needs to be more strict. But I'm saying it can't be if you want to prioritize connection.
What I'm saying is that connections should still be prioritized, but the whole idea is to make these suck-ass players think that they can play. If they get in a bad lobby and get their ass kicked every night, you got to think about it from Activision's standpoint. They're trying to make fucking money.
Sure.
You got to keep these people motivated to try to play this fucking game. So if you're just getting constantly shitted on, there's no way you're going to pick up the game and be like, after work, I'm going to drink a beer and play some Call of Duty Modern Warfare where I just get dicked down every night. There's no way you want to do that for enjoyment. You're going to go play a single player game. And they're slowly but surely trying to get back to their roots of a wonderful campaign to bring people in and then a multiplayer to keep you around. That's how it should be, in my opinion. I buy these games for campaign.
Look, I understand your point, and I do sympathize with the plight of a new frog who is just, even if there is no skill-based matchmaking, even if everyone's 1.0 in a lobby and you're a new frog, you're going to get shit on, and that's not fun. And Activision's trying to combat that. I understand that, and I totally agree, and I think you're right. And some people don't want to improve, which is another good point that you implicitly made, which is because my argument was, well, you're not going to get better if you're playing against a bunch of other shit cans because you're going to learn bad habits that you can get away with only against shit cans. And you said, okay, well, a lot of these casuals don't care about getting better. Fair. Good point. So I think the best way, though, to help these players is not skill-based matchmaking, but it is instead something that has been done before. I don't know if it's in Call of Duty or maybe in other games, but you have a playlist called Boot Camp where
yeah, it is in COD.
it was from COD. Yeah. So like
COD started it.
you have to be level 40 or lower in multiplayer to queue for this. And also if you queue for Boot Camp because you're new in this game, but you've been playing Call of Duty for 20 years, if you play a game of Boot Camp and you get a 60 KD, then it automatically flags you and says you're done with Boot Camp. You're too good. But if you never get flagged, we can talk about the parameters. But if you never get flagged, you're allowed to play in this Boot Camp playlist where only new frogs are allowed to play. I think that's a better solution to
I love it.
to that
I
issue
love it.
than skill-based matchmaking.
I love it, but at the same time, it's just not persistent. Like it's a very complex issue with a lot of variables, and it's not even like, you know, as gamers who are good, we don't think about it as an issue, you know. But these companies that are developing these games are thinking about it as an issue because they want to appeal to all markets. Right now, they don't appeal to all markets, and they have to find a way to get casual people in. That's not just a boot camp playlist, because my dad could go play that boot camp playlist and then get out of it and then just never fucking touch the game again.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even all about old people like my dad, though, either. There are legitimately people who have played video games for as long as us guys who are just fucking trash. I mean, it's just a fact.
Yes.
Some people are
True.
not good. Some people don't have good reflexes. Some people aren't. It's just how it is.
True.
And they want to appeal to everyone. And that's why you see games like Fortnite being successful and all that. It's not just a free to play. It's that the game looks like a fucking cartoon. Your kid could play it. You could play it. And anyone could play it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're trying to go for with everything. And I'm so against skill-based matchmaking at its core. But when it comes to when you really think about what it could do for people like that, you know, I think everybody should be able to enjoy playing video games past the point of just playing a single player. So I get it. Like, my dad's never been able to play an online multiplayer game because he will get fucking shit on. And I've told him that forever. He fucking is one of those guys that if you run in front of his face, he'll spin in the circle and, like, you ever seen somebody who's not good at games and they'll have the controller in their hand and it looks like they're fucking driving a car? Like,
and they're
anything
like
that
leading
happens,
their whole
yes. Exactly, dude.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
people like that out
For sure.
there, and we
Korean
have to.
Savage.
And somebody made the point
Yeah.
earlier. There's a third of each. There's people 0.5 and below. There's people 1.0 and right between 0.5 and like a 1.2, and that's another third. And then you have the other third, which is a massively different.
Yes.
Different. Like, the people at the bottom are very similar. People at the top are very different.
True.
The people with 5 KDs they will fucking shit on me in a 1v1 anytime. And I have a 1.9. Like, I'm not far off Tanner. Like you said, 99.2 percentile. It gets very, very defined up there, and it's going to be a long, ugly process. Trust me. I mean, just based on how it looks already. Unless every game adds a ranked mode, which could be an issue too, because any COD game that's had a proper ranked, you go to play a public game, there's still fucking sweats loaded in that bitch with a full team of 6. They're ready.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
practicing.
Yeah.
So it's a very complex issue, and I try not to shit on developers for it. It's not their fucking fault. Fuck Activision.
Well,
Fuck them.
Okay, I'll say one more thing and then I'll let you have the last word because I wanna wrap this up. But we'll go to Tanner after me, if he has anything to add. But
I think that was my last word. I'm good. You can wrap yours up.
Okay. So I played Black Ops 4. This was my first shooter on PC. And I was dog shit. Now, granted, I was never a 0.5 Andy. My KD in Black Ops 4, it wouldn't be reflected in the stats because the KD was dumb in that game and it counted assists as kills. But when I first started, this won't be reflected in the stats because everyone's BO4 KD, by the way, is lower than what your combat record says. So my KD when I first started was probably 0.9, maybe. All right. Not great. Hey, not great. And I couldn't even get a Ruthless medal, which is a 15 kill streak in Black Ops 4 until Prestige 5. Because this was my first shooter on PC. Prestige 5. That is a lot of fucking hours in that game. With no skill-based matchmaking, by the way. No skill-based matchmaking. So I was this 0.9 Andy who was just mediocre. But I kept playing, and I kept playing against players who were way better than me. And eventually, I got better. Because I was playing against players who were better than me, and I was learning from them. Okay, well, this guy is never in this area of the map. Maybe I shouldn't go there. This guy's using this gun. Maybe I should use this gun. This guy always uses this operator. Maybe I should do that, etc. Eventually, I got way fucking better than when I first started. And I could queue for Black Ops 4 tonight and get a 15 kill streak. Easily. Whereas before, it took me until Prestige 5. Fucking months of playing this game. Months. And I couldn't get a 15 kill streak. Now I could do it in one sitting. Because I got better. Because there was no skill-based matchmaking. If there had been skill-based matchmaking in BO4, I'm not sure I ever would have improved. Because I would always just be playing against other kids like me. And I wouldn't have anything to learn from those kids. Now, I accept Doug's point that most players, most casuals, most people who are shit because they're casuals and they don't want to learn and they don't care about learning and getting better because it's just a video game and they don't take it that seriously, which is the correct attitude to have toward video games, by the way. Welcome to the Dropshot, you fucking nerds. You're all losers, just like Tanner and I, who actually care about improving at a frivolous hobby like a fucking video game. So, fair. What I would wrap this up in saying is that there are so many problems with skill-based matchmaking that even if I were to concede that it does fix some issues for shit-tier players, which I don't concede, by the way, but even if I were to concede that, it does far more damage than harm to the player base as a whole. Therefore, it is not worth doing. And there are more creative and better solutions that can be implemented. So even if skill-based does help some people, which maybe it does, but I'm really not ready to concede that, and I really don't see it. But even if it does help some players, it harms a far greater proportion of players than it helps. And therefore, it is not worth having in the game and shouldn't be in the game. If it was like only the 95th percentile and up was negatively affected and everyone else was positively affected, then I would have to concede the argument. Skill-based matchmaking is good for the game. It's good for the player base as a whole. Unfortunately, it fucks me. But I do not see skill-based matchmaking that way at all. And I think it is more detrimental to greater than 50% of the player base. And if it's helpful to anyone, it is helpful to fewer than 50% of the player base. And that's why I think skill-based matchmaking should not be in the game. Tanner, anything to add?
As I said, I would just rather it be strictly ping-based. I mean, in Black Ops 4, we would have nights where we would win 10 games in a row every night. And then the next evening, we would lose 6 in a row because it was just completely random, essentially. And I was fine with that. Low ping is the biggest factor compared to anything. I think there is an argument to be made that it does help the very low tier players, like 0.5 and below. I think it may help them, but at the same time, there are so many people playing that even if you're playing even if you're 0.4 and you're playing versus a 0.6, it's not a huge difference playing against a 0.6 than a 0.9 or a 1.0, which is what you're going to get matched up against typically, because that's average.
Exactly.
And
if there's no skill base, you'll have 1.0s on your team to help you also. So it's like, it washes out. I don't know. Anyway, go on.
All I know is all the good PC streamers that I know of get absolutely furious playing this game because of skill-based matchmaking. And yeah, it's because they want to do good, but at the same time, it's just, if they want to make a YouTube video using a certain weapon class, you literally can't unless you're Korean Savage and many other console YouTube creators. Because they don't reverse boost like Korean Savage does. Get shit on, Korean Savage. We haven't mentioned you in a while. Get shit on, you stupid bitch. But yeah, so I mean, it's just, we know personally so many PC streamers that have just uninstalled the game and given up on it because it's not fun for them unless they're using an MP5 every single game. So that's what I know about it. Bottom line is I would much rather play on 20 ping servers 100% of the time versus 70 ping servers. And, you know,
Korean Savage. If you ever see this, I don't subscribe to that.
Well,
You don't
you're
think
an
Korean
idiot.
Savage
There's
reverse
literal
boosts?
there's
I'm
literal
not-
proof
not
in
discussing
numerous
it.
videos.
Not discussing it. That's what I'm saying. But I don't have it. I don't agree. I don't consent.
That's fine.
That's not Modern Warzone's opinion.
No, that's fine.
The opinions
that's my
expressed on the
opinion.
drop shot do not necessarily express the
Yeah,
views of
at
that
Tanner
Modern Warzone.
Dropshot thinks Korean Savage is a reverse booster, and I know he is. So, anyways,
At Razadon also thinks that. So, anyways, I know you said we would have the last word, but Doug, if you have anything to add, now's the time.
No, it was wonderful, dude. That was a good debate.
That was
I
fun.
enjoyed it.
That was fun, actually. Yeah.
I think I surprised you a bit.
With the skill-based matchmaking you actually did, there are a few things there to consider for sure. I think we would need more data more than anything.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue, and I think that's the issue that all these companies are facing is that it just started a few years ago, and to get real data, you know, that takes a fucking while. I don't care if there's 60 million people playing; you have to see trends over time.
Yeah.
And right now, it's making them a fuck ton more money. So everyone, like, I can tell based on the chat that people think that I subscribe and that I'm a huge fan of it, and I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
not
try
what
to
you
look
said.
outside of my perspective and think about them as a company, and I understand why it's a thing. And I understand why Destiny 2 had it now and removed it. Destiny 2's been struggling. They had to do something to get some media attention. But the fact is, if they had 60 million people still playing their game, skill-based matchmaking would still be there, bro.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, and yeah, so yeah, for all of you listening, Doug's not a huge fucking fan of skill-based matchmaking, especially in its current iteration, but he is playing the devil's
I think
advocate.
it can work. I think it can work. I think it can work. And I think also that it does need to be sort of implemented in non-ranked. Okay, I play Rocket League. You guys don't play Rocket League. Rocket League has rankings for non-ranked and it has rankings for ranked. But the vibe is extra different between playing a social game versus playing a ranked game. And that's what it really needs to be. But the issue is that COD people are so sweaty and that we always want to be on top. And that's half of this argument that we've been having. And it just, I see a lot of the COD, even if we add a ranked mode, I see a lot of fucking full teams going into socials to get content. That's how I see it going for Call of Duty, at least. Call of Duty has a different community than most. They're all moving towards the toxic, I hate game developer side, but Call of Duty is way ahead of its time in that aspect. They fucking, as evidenced by this podcast, we love to shit on the developers.
True. Yeah. I would love to just praise the developers, and I hope I do in COD 2020, but I haven't seen COS 2 this year. Douglas,
Yeah.
where can we find you, brother?
Well, you definitely want to find me on the website now that we're adding a full writing team, and your man right here on the podcast may be a part of it if he accepts my low pay rate because it's not a full-time job.
True.
And he has a fucking degree and he's wrote for big companies. But definitely should subscribe to modernwarzone.com's newsletter. We're going to start sending out stuff monthly for sure. Not just monthly. We're going to send out all of our latest leaks to your email as long as you subscribe before we even post an article. So all that stuff will be given to you. Not only that, you should definitely follow us on Twitter at Modern Warzone. If you support me specifically, you can definitely subscribe to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/DougDagnabbit. I've been recently streaming daily, but I plan to move to a 4-day-a-week schedule. We're probably going to move to Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Maybe early Saturday streams. But we're going to focus more on the content for the website. We also are on YouTube, and that's also going to be another huge focus soon. YouTube.com/C/Modern Warzone, or just go to YouTube and type in Modern Warzone. You'll find me. It's not hard. Or I just made a fucking TikTok. I have 16 followers, so if you want to help me out on there.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself for making one, but I
have
made
one too. I just don't use it really.
It's so much exposure. All these advertisers and people that have reached out to me have all been like, I paid these TikTok dudes this much and made this much money. And that's true. TikTok it's something that I can't replicate on Twitter because TikTok automatically replays your videos and you'll get up to 1 million real fucking fast if you end up on the right hashtag page.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just something Twitter and social media besides TikTok doesn't offer. I mean, there's a bunch of social medias to follow us on. I really don't give a fuck about the rest of them. I just do them. We have an Instagram. We have our subreddit. The subreddit is full of useful information if you pay attention to the sticky posts. The rest of it is all people self-promoting, which is fine. I subscribe to people self-promoting, posting their gameplays, and I support small content creators, but you won't find the most useful leak and news information there. It'll all be on my Twitter or on our website every single time. That's it.
There you go. So yeah, support young Douglas. He's been very helpful to the Dropshot of Call of Duty podcast. So if you're listening, you will have already known about young Douglas. But if you haven't followed him yet, make it fucking happen. Especially the website. He's as he said, he's updating it a lot more now, paying a lot more attention to it. Make sure you bookmark and subscribe to the fucking newsletter. Follow me on Twitter at Razanon, Twitch at twitch.tv/Razanon, Instagram RazanonTTV. Tanner, where can we find you, brother?
You can find me on Twitch at Tanner Dropshot and on Twitter at Tanner Dropshot.
And if you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and then you can subscribe for free to a Twitch channel once a month. It is included in the cost of your Amazon Prime subscription. So once you've done that, go to twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot or Doug Dagnabbit, however you're feeling, and drop that Prime sub. Costs you nothing. You've already paid for it, and it gives us money. Let's embezzle Jeff Bezos together. You can also find us on YouTube. Search for Razanon. That's the name of the channel, or search for the Dropshot. You'll find us. Subscribe to the fucking YouTube. I'm pretty close to monetizing on YouTube. So for all of you fucking idiots who
hey, attaboy, I appreciate
I'm trying. Who want me to go full time? Well, here's how you can help. Go sub to me on YouTube. It's free. And I'm close to monetizing on YouTube, which may or may not be helpful. So find me on YouTube, sub there. We post full episodes with video. We post clips, and we post clips from Patreon episodes. So if you're not a patron, then you could at least get a glimpse of some Patreon episodes on the YouTube. You won't find those clips anywhere else. So make sure you follow me there. Smash the fucking like button. And then again, we're on Patreon, $5 a month, 2 bonus episodes per month. And then there are other tiers as well that offer you additional benefits. Of course, join the fucking Discord. We have a merch store as well. If you want to rep a sexy tank top like mine, perhaps a nice t-shirt like Tanner Dropshots, and then we have a t-shirt en route to young Douglas as well, which is going to be both fun and exciting. If you're on iTunes or on a dumb I don't know what your shirt even means, Doug. If you have
how about them dogs, boy?
Okay. Anyone let the dogs out in the chat? I forget who the artist is for that song. Otherwise, I would link it or reference it. Yeah, rate us 5 stars on iTunes if you use Apple's dumb app. If you have an iPhone, any Foxconn suicide victims in the chat, and tell your friends about us. Again, if you fucking children want me to go full time, I need ad revenue. I need sponsors, and the way to do that is to boost the analytics. So tell your fucking dumb friends who play this shit game to subscribe to the podcast on whatever podcast app they use and listen to every goddamned episode. And then I'll go full time for you. And then we'll make more content. Because that's what you guys want. Quick? Yeah, go ahead, Doug.
This is something I haven't mentioned yet, but this hasn't been announced to any of the Dropshot community.
Okay.
But I've spoke with Razanon privately about it. I definitely plan to, no matter what happens with Modern Warzone moving forward and my brand and my company and what I do as a person, I definitely plan to bring the Dropshot all the way along with me. No matter what happens. I subscribe to their content. I fuck with these guys. These guys are like real life friends to me at this point. I really do enjoy Tanner and Raz, even though they're both dog shit humans.
Dog shit kids, yeah.
But I really do enjoy these guys. Make sure you guys show them some love. For sure, if we can afford Raz will be a part of the website. And if Tanner wants to be a part, he was always invited as well. But no matter what, if Doug ever pops off, so will the Dropshot podcast. Just please know that.
And the feeling is mutual, although if anyone will be popping off first, I suspect it will be the guy with 90,000 Twitter followers or whatever the fuck you're at these days. So,
dude, we gained 1,400 since Charlie tweeted this.
Fantastic, dude. You love to see that. Just boosting those analytics.
Boost those analytics.
70,000, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, dude, when I quit my job 2 months ago, we were at 23,000.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Doug, we appreciate the kind words, and the feeling is mutual from my end for sure. Thank you, dude. Special thanks.
I love you guys.
Yeah, I love you too, man. It's been fun. We've had some fun eps, and
it's been fun. I actually took a screenshot of the first Twitter reply that you sent to me and how I ended up on this dog shit podcast.
That's very nice. Yeah,
I'll always have that as a memory for if we ever do make it, brother.
As a memento, yeah, for sure. That's actually smart that you did that. That would be cool. We can frame it.
That's funny.
I love looking back on stuff like that. Like I have some of my first like Reddit posts saved too. It's really cool to look back and just see the growth, dude. It's fucking, it's absolutely mind blowing when I take a second to think about it. Went from this guy who got a DMCA from Activision all of a sudden to a guy who made a subreddit that was popular. And the subreddit was popular before I ever leaked anything. Like it was just like, hey, Call of Duty Warzone's the game title. They told me it was. And then all of a sudden, I get this fucking journalist in my DMs, and now I'm some credible leaker guy.
I know.
And it just keeps growing and growing. And now not only am I a leaker guy, but I have the top 5 leaker guys in my organization of leaks, and it's just fucking nutty, dude. Yeah. It's really fucking cool. We basically own COD News now, besides Charlie and Till.
The org is such a good idea. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so we'll have an Immigrant album with all those tweets screenshotted once we go multinational.
Once we're like Jake Paul and all them, and we're like boxing on undercards.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. Any KSIs in the chat? All right. Special thank you, of course, to our Damascus patrons: Adam H, Face Esquire, Gift Curse, Jake Dub, Jimmy M, Mr. Matt Dad, Mr. Salmonella, Rain Man, Sandstoner, Slivovitz, Sniff Sniff Hambone, change it. Tequila Rocking Bird, Von Trap, Zerosio, and Jay Pritch. An extra double special thank you to our one and only Obsidian patron, the Vaping Viking. We appreciate you guys extra special much. And I hope everyone had a fun and exciting time here. This was a great podcast. I enjoyed it very much, as I always do when Douglas makes an appearance. So have an excellent evening. Thank you for watching. And as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.